together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work
Kevin,
on
we're coming
campus
to you
in the
next.
design of the new
Yes,
dining
sir.
hall, the Charles Benton Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Halls. This semester, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of Proctor Hall and the recently completed interior renovation of Garrison Center's Grand Ballroom. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com and on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. SCM Architects is a proud sponsor of Reddie Athletics.
Let's listen in the locker room to see what Coach thought about the controversial call at the end of the game.
I'm not allowed to comment on lousy officiating, but the trouble with the referees is they just don't care who wins. They're the only guys I know can rob you and get a police escort out of town. And remember, the result of the game, not final till the other team's check clears the ref's bank.
Come on down to Hot Springs, Coach. You'll get a fair shake of comfortable rooms, great meals, and fun activities for the whole family. Hot Springs has all the fun. Follow Hot Springs on social media or plan your trip at visithotSprings.org.
Don't be sidelined due to your injury. The orthopedic team at Texarkana Surgery Center with Doctors Richard Hilborn, Trey Mitchell, Doug Thompson, and Tom Young are here to help get you back in the game. Texarkana Surgery Center, taking special care of our community for over 18 years.
We're nearing kickoff of today's game. Let's continue the Domino's pregame show by talking X's and O's with former Reddie quarterback Kevin Rogers.
40 minutes away from the opening kickoff here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium. The Rennies and the Bisons in a matchup of two teams with identical 5-0 records and tied for first place in the GAC standings. Both the Reddies and the Bisons a game ahead of Southern Arkansas. SAU kicks off at Oklahoma Baptist, same time that we get going. Let's go down to the field. Kevin Rogers joining us. Kevin, how's it going today on the field?
Man, it's a beautiful day down here. Two exciting teams coming together. This is one of those days that you look forward to all year long. It's circled on the schedule. Great weather, not too hot, not too cold. And both teams have had a great week of practice and looking to be a fight out here today.
From a player standpoint, as far as being a Ready player, you always circle that date against Washita as far as the big rivalry. But if you're going to talk about impact on the standings, and I still think pride in their schools, this one might not be at the level of the Battle of the Ravine, but it's pretty close, isn't it?
It's very close. I mean, to get to the Battle of the Ravine, you've got to get through Harding first. And we've every year after year since 2011, 2012, it's been a date where, hey, this is the week. Harding's a great football team. They're very dangerous. And if we don't win this one, then we don't get a ring. It's been that way every year. So you're exactly right. It may not quite be on the level as Battle of the Ravine, but it's certainly up there, maybe one notch below it.
Kevin, let me ask you this. I know you were on the offensive side of the football whenever you were preparing for Harding, but you did see what the defense had to prepare for. How tough is it to prepare for this triple option attack? You know, all the prep that goes in, and is a week long enough to prepare for that?
Yes, one of the good things about it, we had Coach Baker that was on our coaching staff, used to coach that offense. He used to practice against it every day at one of the previous schools that he coached before Henderson. And so he really, and Coach Maxfield is very knowledgeable in that aspect as well. But it was always the defense's least favorite week of practice because they're the ones that has to wear the pads and practice offensive linemen and cutting at their knees every day. Because they're going to get after them, and they have to get used to that all week long, all game long. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dog fight in the trenches. But, yes, it's assignment football, just like y'all were talking about. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the dive, and somebody has to have the pitch. No one can get off their assignment because if someone does, they'll read that, and they'll capitalize off that and score.
You know, Kevin, we talk so much about the triple option and the offense and the rushing attack because it's so interesting to see a team that, might pass the ball 3 or 4 times a game and runs an average of 60 times a game. But Harding is a great defense, statistically the best in the country. They have a lot of playmakers, a lot of experience. When you play against a Harding defense, what do you know that you're going up against when you play a Bison's defense?
You know you're going up against a good D-line. They're going to give you fits here and there. You know you're going against a good secondary. What we like to do is we like to play off their linebackers, get our slot receivers moving, throw some sticks, throw some shakes, fake them out a little bit, and just mess with those outside linebackers, sometimes the middle linebacker. Depends on if they're playing a 3-4 or 4-3 at the time. And with their secondary, what we like to do, especially early on, a lot of the times you would see us hit a big play, whether there's like a double post or a post dig over the top, get that safety in a bind and throw it to Darius or Rob J. Here maybe with Courtney Whitehead or Al Lasker. Make a statement or early because you want to score early and score often. That's the name of the game. You don't want to be behind a good Harding team with a good defense like that and play catch up. You want to be ahead.
Kevin, let me ask you this. Last week we saw Evan Laster have a big game as a backup quarterback. With Andrew Black being out for a week and watching the competition that he has now with Evan Laster, would you expect a more energized, a more a different-looking Andrew Black in this game, being as it is a big game and you've got a guy in the wings that he's very capable of getting the job done?
Yes, I would say Andrew Black has stepped up his game a little bit with someone like Evan pushing him, and Evan's a great teammate. They're both great teammates, and they know the best quarterback's going to start that week. And to have somebody, but in the back of your mind, you know somebody's pushing you. And I know Andrew Black has come out this whole week of practice. I heard he had a good week, and he stepped up his game. And I know that great competition breeds great performance. And the good thing about it is if Andrew's not having the best game, we can put Evan in there. But I think Andrew has stepped up, and he's confident, and he's going to come out and have a great game today.
All right, Kevin, thanks for your insight. We look forward to having you for our sideline reports during the game.
Thank you guys very much. Looking forward to it.
That is Kevin Rogers, former All-America quarterback here at Henderson State University. Stick around. Much more coming up on the Domino's pregame show. It's the Ready Player Spotlight. Houston Ray sits down with Hunter Lively next on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
The state's leader in care is right here in the comfort of your own community. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia is a full-service hospital. Here, state-of-the-art technology is united with highly qualified physicians and the most quality nursing staff in the region. From major surgery to minor injuries, we care for you because we're your neighbor. And we're backed by Baptist Health, Arkansas's most comprehensive and respected care network. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia, your community hospital.
What's your lucky number? 7? 13? How about 3, 6, and $5.99? The $5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a 21-ounce drink for just $5.99. It's the $5.99 meal deal, only at Subway. And it's your lucky day. Limited time only at participating locations. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. All chip-related trademarks are owned by Frito-Lay North America, Inc. Copyright 2015 Doctors Associates, Inc. Subway is a registered trademark of Doctors Associates, Inc.
Henderson State Ready Apparel and Souvenirs. Stop by the Ready Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Ready Bookstore tent during the game. The Ready Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Bookstore or online at www.readybookstore.com. Ready Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
You're tuned to the Domino's pregame show on the Henderson State Sports Network. Now let's get to know a player on the team in the Baptist Health Ready Player Spotlight.
Today's Ready Player Spotlight features Ready kicker Houston Ray. And Houston, thanks for taking the time to join us on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Hunter.
Well, it's been an exciting season so far as we prepare for a huge showdown today against undefeated Harding. It's number 5 versus number 16 in the nation. What's the buzz been like in the locker room all week long building up to the big game today?
Well, the offense and defense have been split up all week long just to practice on what Harding does. And you know how Harding has that offense that just grounds and pounds it with a wing tee. So our defense is definitely getting ready for that. And as of the game, undefeated teams, I don't want to call it a conference championship, but honestly that's kind of what it is. These two teams are the undefeated teams, and they're probably the best in the conference.
Well, last week at Arkansas Tech, you came in and drilled one from 42 yards out. Your career high is 47 yards. How much confidence does that give you, knowing that Coach Maxfield trusts you to get the job done and put those points on the board for your team?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a confidence builder, especially on those long ones where you think, oh, well, he could go for it or he could send me out there. And when he sends me out there, it gives me even more confidence to hopefully drain it down the middle. But, yeah, I mean, Coach Maxfield's awesome. He's now my position coach, and he gives me a little bit more, I guess, time in practice to where I get the line, I get the whole experience during practice. That really helps me coming into the game.
Well, you're currently 1 field goal away from tying the career record for made field goals at Henderson State and 2 away from breaking it. What does that opportunity mean to you to possibly go out and get that done today?
Well, I mean, if it helps the team win, that's great. And honestly, it's a little nerve-wracking to think. I mean, I've made 40 so far, and 41's the record. So it would be awesome to get it done today. But I've got a whole lot of season left, so I'd honestly rather those be touchdowns instead of field goals this week, just to get that heads up on Harding.
Well, take us through your mental approach each time you go out and try to knock one through. What's the process both after a make and a miss?
Well, when you make one, your confidence definitely goes up. When you miss one, your confidence goes down, but you also got to think, well, I'm going to have another chance, and I hope to have another chance. Every time I miss a field goal, I'm like, well, I hope I get another chance by the end of the game. So when you do miss one, you kind of go back, think about what you did wrong, go to that net, that kicking net, and kind of get a few in just to get that confidence back up to where when you do go out there, your confidence is back up for you to be able to make that next one.
Well, tell us a bit more about yourself outside of football, maybe some of your hobbies, clubs that you're involved with, and your plans after graduation. Tell us about your major as well.
Well, a hobby is definitely golf. Me, Andrew Black, Avery Shoebridge, we usually try to play golf at least once a week, usually on Fridays, since we don't have class. And then I guess clubs, and I'm involved in the FCA. I'm on the leadership team at FCA and also at the BCM. And my major is business finance. I'll graduate this December. I'm getting married next May, so it would be nice to have a job in Little Rock. And I hopefully can get into financial advising or into banking.
Well, that's all the time we've got for today. Houston, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Good luck out there today. Let's go get a win.
Go Reddies.
Once again, that was Reddie kicker Houston Ray in the Baptist Health Ready Player Spotlight. And when we return, there will be much more to come right here on the Domino's Pregame Show.
Arkadelphia Super Smiles offers general dentistry for kids and young adults. Dr. Trevor Coffey and his staff look forward in treating your child and making sure they always have a super smile. Arkadelphia Super Smiles is located at 280 Professional Park Drive, Suite B in Arkadelphia. For an appointment, call 870-246-2828. And like always, our kids is accepted at Arkadelphia Super Smiles.
Suits, we've all got them, but we really hate wearing them. So why would you want to bank with people that have to wear suits every day? At Southern Bancorp, we take a casual approach to banking. No suits required here. We realize not every customer is going to fit the corporate mold. That's why we can customize loans and accounts based on your wants and needs, not try to fit you into a box or into a suit. We aren't your typical stuffy bankers, just friendly, laid-back people here to help you. We cater to all kinds of suits around here, but you can leave your birthday suit at home. Southern Bancorp, building communities, changing lives. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16 plus ounces of premium bone-in French-cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks, and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
As we get set for today's Henderson State football game, let's head back to the booth for a look around the Great American Conference in this week's edition of the GAC Roundup.
We are 27 minutes away from the opening kick between number 5 Henderson State and number 16 Harding. And it's time to go around the Great American Conference and take a look at the standings and who's playing this week. And we'll first start with the standings where Harding and Henderson top the conference at 5-0. Southern Arkansas is at 4-1. Washita Baptist and Southeastern Oklahoma, they stand at 3-2. And then there are 4 teams at 2-3. You've got Arkansas Tech, Arkansas Monticello, Northwestern Oklahoma, and Oklahoma Baptist. And then East Central and Southwestern come up at 1-4, and Southern Nazarene brings up the end of the conference at 0-5. Today's games at 1 o'clock today. You've got Arkansas Monticello at Southern Nazarene. Arkansas Tech is at Washita Baptist. That game is at 1 o'clock. In fact, that game is underway right now, and it looks like Southern Nazarene holds a 7-0 lead on Arkansas Monticello at the end of the first quarter, and Arkansas Tech, with 13:36 left in the second quarter, Tech leads Washita Baptist by a score of 7-3. So we'll keep you updated on our Southwest Sporting Goods scoreboard update throughout the game on those 2 games going on. Games kicking off at 2 o'clock today. You've got Southern Arkansas at Oklahoma Baptist, Northwestern Oklahoma at Southeastern Oklahoma, and then East Central is the 6 o'clock game tonight. They take on Southwestern Oklahoma in Weatherford. That game being played in the nightcap of the Great American Conference schedule. We are about 25 minutes away from the opening kick of this one. It is an absolute gorgeous day here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium as the show band of Arkansas is making their way up the berm right now to go around the stadium and get into place for today's national anthem. And when we come back, we will be able to sit down and have a conversation with head coach Scott Maxfield, as it's all coming up next on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Here's Coach to tell you about his latest recruiting class.
Oh, this class is a program changer. These young men are a tremendous fit for our program, athletically, academically, and socially. And that
Coach, maybe you should speed on down to Hot Springs and reward yourself with dinner.
Due to your injury, the orthopedic team at Texarkana Surgery Center with Doctors Richard Hilborn, Trey Mitchell, Doug Thompson, and Tom Young are here to help get you back in the game. Texarkana Surgery Center, taking special care of our community for over 18 years.
With over 40 years of experience, All Care Pharmacy understands your pharmaceutical needs. We offer fast and friendly service, including a drive-through window for additional convenience, along with 14 retail locations to serve you throughout Arkansas. Transfers are as easy as 1, 2, 3, so stop by and see Brian and staff at 3002 West Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Remember, at All Care, we care.
SEM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Halls. This semester, SEM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of Proctor Hall and the recently completed interior renovation of Garrison Center's Grand Ballroom. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at semarchitects.com. And on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. SEM Architects is a proud sponsor of Reddie Athletics.
The Domino's pregame show rolls along on the Henderson State Sports Network. Now, with an in-depth look at today's game, it's time for the Coach's Corner. Here's RJ Hawk and head coach Scott Maxfield.
Coach, you got out of Russellville last week with a win. That had to be one of the more challenging games of your career to coach because of all the injuries you had to face.
Well, we got some guys that stepped up and played well. That's why we recruit, is where we can have some guys that are good players at positions. They may not be starters, but they can come in and effectively get the job done. So I don't know if it was a great coaching effort on my part or the rest of the coaches, but I did think we had some guys that stepped in and did a good job and did what they were coached to do. And that's encouraging that we have good players that can step in and do that.
Well, and speaking of one of those players, Evan Laster, he was named the conference's Offensive Player of the Week. What did you think of his performance in particular?
Well, I'm really pleased with Evan, really proud of him, how he stepped in. And, we were a little bit concerned that he might be a little nervous, but he had played in every game this season and done some nice things. So he came in and he held his composure really well. I think we scored on 4 of our first 5 drives of the game. So we tried to, do a game plan that he felt comfortable with and got him some easy throws early to build his confidence. And I think that carried over to the rest of the game.
Now, he played last week because of an injured Andrew Black. What is Andrew's status for this week?
Andrew has looked really good in practice. We feel like, he'll be 100% ready to go.
Okay, Jaquan Cole's another guy that was not in the game last week. How is he recovering? Is he going to be available this week?
Well, I think the same can be said for him as what I just said about Andrew. He had that extra week to get healthy, and he's had a good week of practice, and we feel like he's very close to 100% and should be very effective.
Last week, Jeremy Wilson, he had the brunt of the loads last week for the offense. Do defenses, when they see Jaquan back there and Jeremy alternating out, do they have to prepare differently? Because it seemed like they were really, every time they saw Jeremy line up in that single back set, that they sent the house on him.
Well, their game plan was to try to make us throw the football. They were stacking and loading the box on us. That's one of the reasons Evan had a great game, is because he had a lot of one-on-one matchups outside. Our receivers did a nice job of running some routes and getting open versus man coverage. Our offensive line protected us. We had good time to throw the football. So, we've got to be able to do both. If people want to try to take away our run game, then we've got to be able to throw the ball, and hopefully we can continue that trend.
Okay, you prepare for a Harding team that it's not like preparing each and every week for other teams in the conference. This is a different offense that you got to face, a triple option attack. They run the ball a lot in the game. Is this week in particular tough to prepare for in just a 1-week time span?
Well, it is. It's an offense that you only see one time a year. So, hopefully we can limit them. I don't think you really stop them. They're going to get their yards, and you've got to be very patient on defense and try to get them in a bad place somewhere where they get behind the chains. But, they're going to get 2, 3, 4 yards just about every play that they line up on. And that's just the style, and it's assignment type football on defense. It's different from what we see. So we've had a good week of preparation. We've always played them fairly good defensively and limited them. But this is a new year and a new day, so we've got to go out and play good football. We've got to gang tackle. And the important key factor is we've got to create some turnovers and get the ball in some good field position situations for our offense.
You talk about this has been a good game over the last couple of years. Last year, Andrew Black recorded his first career touchdown in the route for the Reddies to get that 22-17 win. Everybody in Arkadelphia looks forward to the Battle of the Ravine every year because of the rivalry. But this is starting to turn into a nice little rivalry between Harding and Henderson.
Well, ever since 2010, I think this game has really determined who the conference champion would be. So we're excited about the opportunity. I know they are too. They're a good football team. I think it is somewhat of a rivalry game. It's been close games every year that we played them. They've got a good coaching staff, good team, so we're going to have to play our best to have a chance to win the game.
The Reddie's defense has been a growing bright spot for this team. You're facing a Harding team that's averaging 43 points per game. How do you slow down their leader, Park Parrish?
Well, I don't know I think we can slow him down. We just have to limit him, and, we just can't give up the big plays, make them grind the ball out, and hopefully, they'll make a mistake. And they're going to get their yardage. We just have to limit it, and, we just have to hopefully tackle well. And, when we hit them, we got to knock them backwards and not let them fall forward for that extra yardage.
Harding leads the country in total defense and scoring defense. What about them makes them stand out?
Well, they've got 8 seniors that start on defense, and all those guys are 2 or 3 year starters. So they've got a lot of experience. They've played in a lot of football games, so they really don't have any weaknesses that I have seen so far. Anytime you're number 1 in the nation in total defense and only give up 8 points a game, then you're doing some things that are really good. So somehow we got to figure out a way to make some first downs, keep our defense off the field, and we've got to be able to score some points. It's going to be a tough task, but I think our guys are up to it, and we're going to go out and give it our best shot.
Now, I know you were pretty beat up last week, and we've already talked about Andrew Black and Jaquan Cole, but how healthy is the rest of this team?
Well, anytime you're halfway through the season, you're going to have some bumps and bruises. But, in this type of game, everybody's got to step up and got to play with a little pain. That's what football's all about.
Coach, good luck today.
Thank you.
That's head coach Scott Maxfield joining us on the Domino's pregame show. We're counting you down to kickoff. When Phil and I come back, we'll give you today's keys to the game and starting lineups. It's all coming up next on the Henderson State Sports Network.
For Henderson State Reddie apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Reddie Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game, you can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Reddie Bookstore tent during the game. The Reddie Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Reddie Bookstore or online at www.readybookstore.com. Reddie Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
The state's leader in care is right here in the comfort of your own community. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia is a full-service hospital. Here, state-of-the-art technology is united with highly qualified physicians and the most quality nursing staff in the region. From major surgery to minor injuries, we care for you because we're your neighbor. And we're backed by Baptist Health, Arkansas's most comprehensive and respected care network. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia, your community hospital.
Welcome back to the Domino's pregame show on the Henderson State Sports Network. We're counting down to the opening kickoff. Let's get back to the broadcast booth for today's starting lineups.
15 minutes away from the Reddies and the Bisons. Right now they're honoring the Hall of Honor honorees on the field here. We'll be joined by Paul Calley during the halftime show. Of course, Paul, a former Reddie quarterback and now the head coach, center, and now head coach at Harmony Grove Haskell, his first year there. And we need to see what's going on as far as the weather is concerned. So that means we've got to turn to our official Henderson State Sports Network meteorologist, and that, of course, is R.J. Hawk. R.J.'s weather broadcast is brought to you by Aaron's Furniture. Own it for less at Aaron's. October is the Big Score Savings event. You can spin the wheel and win up to $100 off your first payment at Aaron's Furniture. R.J., it feels like San Diego today.
It really does. And when you look right now, it's 72 degrees outside. Feels like 72 degrees, only 35% humidity in the air. There is an 8-mile-an-hour wind out of the northeast right now, and it's going to be absolutely perfect skies today. 75 degrees is the high. We won't reach the low in this game as we've got a 2 o'clock kick, but the low tonight is 48. You couldn't ask for a better day for football. 0% chance of rain. There's a small jet stream rolling in from the northeast, so there's always a jet stream, and I'm the unofficial meteorologist of the Henderson State broadcast. I want to make sure we put that out. I don't want to make any real meteorologists mad. Mine just comes from the National Weather Service.
And as the show band of Arkansas eases into the Spirit Fanfare, let's get a look at the starting lineups. We'll visit first with the Henderson State offense. Andrew Black is back at quarterback after missing last week with a shoulder sprain. Black, in his first year as a starter, has thrown 96 passes, completing 63 for 798 yards. He has thrown 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, which does make you worry a little bit sometimes. He has thrown an interception in every game for the Reddies this year. He'll be handing the ball off this time to Jaquan Cole, who's back after missing last week with a knee injury. Cole, second on the team, 48 carries and 254 yards, including 2 touchdowns. He crossed over 2,000 yards for his career 2 weeks ago against Southwestern Oklahoma State. Austin Bennett, Courtney Whitehead, Jacoby Lewis, and A.J. Smith will start at the wide receiver positions, and Logan Warlick will get the start at fullback when the Reddies use one. The offensive line, left to right, JoJo Grant next to John Michael McGee. Corey Steidles right in the center. On the right side, Daniel Moore and Justin Carpenter. Now for the starting offense for the Harding Bisons, here's RJ.
Well, they'll come out with dual threat quarterback Park Parrish, who's 5'10", 185 pounds, and a senior. He'll have a plethora of running backs in the backfield. You've got Michael Latu, the senior running back. He's actually the fullback, but he gets a lot of carries in the game. Then they've got Zach Shelley at the slot back, as well as Eric Kelly. Shelley's a junior, Kelly's a senior. Both those guys touch the ball a lot. They do run two wideouts in Davis Holloman and Andrew Dather. Those are your two wideouts. They don't see the ball all that much because of the running attack. And then on the offensive line, you've got Eric Mitchell at left tackle, Keith Pludger at left guard, at center Bryce Bray, right guard Davis Hudson, right tackle is Gavin De Los Santos, and their tight end today will be Luke Bowser.
As far as the defense is concerned, the Reddies and the Bisons both have very big hitting, big play-oriented defense. We went through the starters for them, but some of the players to watch out for, of course, for the Reddies, Dondre Wright and Cameron Saunier, the team leading tacklers. Saunier and Terrence Bailey lead the team with 6 tackles for a loss. Sam Johnson's come up huge his first year down low as a starting defensive end. 5 sacks to lead the team, 4.5 tackles for a loss, also 2 forced fumbles. The Reddies, if you're talking about a big play being a tackle for a loss, a sack, or a turnover, they've averaged 14.5 big plays per game. Harding, if you're talking about the same sort of big plays, they average 9.5 big plays per game. So these are two teams that, they make a lot of plays on offense, but they really make their money and get their wins on defense, and that's kind of where the attitude for these teams is set as well. Well, the show band of Arkansas about set for the national anthem, and we are awaiting the arrival of the Reddies and the Bisons for the introduction of the starting lineups on this glorious Saturday afternoon here in Arkadelphia. Join us next when we run through our keys to the game, and we'll bring Kevin Rogers back on the broadcast as well to see what he thinks is the number one thing the Reddies must do to keep the winning streak going. Right now it's 15 consecutive regular season wins for the Reddies, and they've also won 5 of the last 6 meetings against Harding. This will be the 52nd all-time meeting with the Bisons and the Reddies. Henderson leads the all-time series with 32 victories, 18 losses, and 1 tie. They've dominated the Bisons here in Arkadelphia with a 21-5 record at home against Harding. Stay tuned. Much more coming up next on the Henderson State Sports Network.
You order Domino's Pizza, and your pizza parade begins. Marching bands dressed as pizza slices play. Tigers eating pizza roar. And then someone rains on your pizza parade.
I want salad instead.
So Domino's is introducing salads. Now you get pizza, they can get salad, and the pizza parade is saved. Order a medium 2-topping pizza and a delicious Domino's salad for only $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16+ ounces of premium bone-in French-cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks, and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
Cole, 4th carry in a row, over the right side, breaks through at the 15, inside the 10 to the 5, touchdown Reddies! Rolling to his left for Billy. He stops near the 31. He throws it for the end zone. He has a man. Who's intercepted? Tyan Avery makes the interception to the end zone, and you can put this one in the books.
Mission to seek and destroy.
It's game time. Ready Football on the Henderson State Sports Network is presented by All Care Pharmacy, Arkadelphia Super Smiles, Baptist Health, Domino's, Java Primo, State Farm Insurance, and David Bost. Print Mania, The Reddie Bookstore, Jeremy Hughes Shelter Insurance, Southern Bancorp, Subway, Texarkana Surgery Center, Larry Pennington Insurance, The Plaza at Twin Rivers, Visit Hot Springs, Slim and Shorties, Fat Boys Fine Foods, Aaron's Furniture, SCM Architects, Benvenuti Italian Restaurant, Smart Ford in Malvern, Southwest Sporting Goods. Now with the call for today's game, here are Phil Elson, RJ Hawk, and Kevin Rogers.
All right, the Reddie fans and the Harding fans have taken their seats here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium. About 7 minutes and change until the Reddies and the Bisons take the field for the opening kickoff. We're still awaiting the arrival of the teams for the last moments of the pregame ceremony, which of course include the Larry Pennington coin toss. And so lots coming up until we actually do get to kickoff. The anticipation, though, has been building all week. And I think you went into last week against Arkansas Tech knowing that the Reddies, would be favored to get out with a win. Of course, they had the injury battles to worry about. They came through just fine. And right after they were finished with their usual post-game Ready Train celebration, they went right into preparing for this ball game, which is unlike any other week in a football season, in which you're usually facing teams that look like everybody else as far as offense is concerned. But when you talk about a triple option, a double slot back offense, it is a much different story. That's usually a team, RJ, that you want to keep the football away from. And it's one thing that it's interesting when you look at the conversation these days about the importance of the time of possession battle, which doesn't actually seem to be all that important for the wins and the losses if you're Henderson State usually. But for Harding, that's a big area of concern for them. They average over almost 9.5 minutes more time of possession than their opponents do. And because they are a high-powered offense, they just do it much differently than everybody else does. You still want to keep the ball away from them. I think one area that the Reddies could get something going is if they can actually run the ball with authority and on a consistent basis and keep the ball away from Harding. And I think going into the season, RJ, that might have been what we would have expected. I think it does turn out that the strength offensively a little bit more this year is wide receiver play, quarterback play. But I think they're going to have to run the ball with some success to pick up a victory tonight.
You sit here and talk about wanting to keep the ball away from Harding. That's easy. That's a lot easier said than done. I mean, when you look at this Harding team, they average 34 minutes a game having the football, and Henderson only averages 28 minutes a game. That's 6 minutes in a ball game that Harding has the football longer than you. And when you look at the Reddies, opponents against the Reddies this year are averaging 31 minutes with having the football. So, that is we've seen more of a scorched earth offense with this Reddie offense, because they've gotten back to scoring quickly and finding ways to get to the end zone rather than having those long, drawn-out drives. They don't have those much anymore. I mean, they still have them, don't get me wrong, but they don't have them as often as what they did last year. And so, really, you're right. We've got to make sure Harding doesn't have the football that much, but if they do have for long, sustained drives, you got to keep them out of the end zone. That's the biggest thing.
I want to bring Kevin onto the broadcast and ask him in a completely different way. Kevin, I just talked about the idea that the Reddies have to run the ball with success and perhaps keep the ball away from Harding to have a better chance to win. But then again, I do think that the strength of the offense this year is wide receiver play, especially when you look at the last couple of weeks. Courtney Whitehead and Al Lasker have come up with incredible athletic plays. The kind of plays that you expected to see, I think, when they were in Division I at UCA. They're down here at Division II now. They just simply are more athletic than the players that have been covering them. Those are two guys you got to get involved in as well.
I agree. I mean, Al Lasker, he took it to the house against Ole Miss when he was at UCA his freshman year, and he's gone up. The thing about those guys is they are playmakers, like you said. They go up and get the ball. Basically, all you have to do is just throw it up and let them make a play, and they're the difference in the game. I agree with you.
Well, I mean, so what do you think matters more for this ball game? Is it that the Reddies need to ground out some yards on the ground, or do they need to air it out? Because I'm going to make a guess here. And as Kevin is walking out to midfield for the Larry Pennington Insurance coin toss, Kevin, don't the Reddies usually air it out on the first play from scrimmage against Harding?
Yeah, we like to go for that big play, kind of take the air out of them. That's the key. You got to score big plays, score early and score often. That's my key to the game right there, and protect the ball. Air it out. make big plays, let your receivers make the plays for you. I mean, they're the playmakers. That's why you give them the scholarships. Our job as quarterback is to get the ball to the playmakers, so I totally agree with you.
All right, the Reddies take the field right now as the Larry Pennington Insurance coin toss takes place at midfield. Darius Thomas, Evan Lassiter, and Montana Fuller are the 3 Ready captains. And it looks like the coin toss has taken place right now. Kevin, who won the toss?
I believe Harding lost the toss. We won it, and we elect to receive.
All right, that is the Larry Pennington Insurance coin toss brought to you by Larry Pennington Insurance. And he is an independent insurance agent based in Arkadelphia. Stop by, give him a visit, 107 North 26th in Arkadelphia, or call at 870-246-3700. So I'm not surprised, RJ, to see the Reddies decide to take the ball first, because I do think when they get that ball, that first play from scrimmage, they're looking downtown.
Right, yeah, and if you look back at this game the last 2 years, the Reddies have started with the football first and have gone down and scored on their first drive. So they need to get that done, and they need to set a tempo in this game.
Before the opening kickoff, we owe you a 10-second pause, allowing our stations to identify themselves. This is the Henderson State Sports Network. Stunningly gorgeous afternoon in Arkadelphia. A minute until the kickoff. Temperatures in the low 70s. A cool breeze blowing across the field. Phil Elson with you here along with RJ Hawk, and down on the field we have Kevin Rogers. The Reddies are wearing the red uniforms today. The red helmets with the numeric logo on the helmets. The white pants and a red stripe going down the side. Harding, whose colors are pewter gold and black, have white uniforms on today with black helmets, pewter logo, and black numbers and letters on the uniforms. The Reddies have won the opening kick and elected to take the first possession of the field. They will be moving left to right across the radio dial and have pushed Zachary Lavender and Jacoby Lewis back near the 5-yard line to return the opening kickoff. Harding's place kicker is Tristan Parsley. He'll place the ball down at the 35-yard line and get us set for football. Week number 6. First place on the line, the Reddies, the Bisons, each team with a 5-0 record. And Parsley walks himself back to the 25-yard line, lines it up, and we are underway. There's the right-footed kicker, approaches the football and produces a high end-over and kick near Lavender, and he'll bring it out from the goal line over the 5 to the 10, makes a move past him out of the 15, tripped up short of the 20, and makes it just over the 20-yard line near the 21, about a 20-yard return for Lavender, and let's see what the Reddies do on that first play from scrimmage.
Well, it'll be interesting to see Andrew Black come out in this game. He sat out last week with a injury to his shoulder. He's back. They say he's 100%, and now really you've got your dual threat quarterback back. That's one thing Evan Lassiter does not provide you, is the fact that he can really tuck it and run and pick up big yardage. He's a great throwing quarterback, but Andrew gives you the ability to run and throw.
Reddies bring a tight 2-receiver formation with a blocking fullback in for Jaquan Cole. And Black in the shotgun, gives to Cole right over the middle. Cole steps past the tackler at the line of scrimmage and dives for the 25. Marked him just over the 25-yard line. About a 5-yard pickup on first down.
It's huge for Jaquan Cole to get rolling early in this game. He's not had a very good last couple of games that he's played, and he's got to get rolling early in this thing.
And Tavion James lines up in the slot. The Reddies go with a play fake, and Black rolls to his right. He finds James for the first down to the 35, and he runs out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's a 12-yard pickup to Tavion James, run out of bounds by Dalen Markham.
Well, that time just went with the out route. Nice naked run out by Andrew Black. He rolled to his right and was able just to find somebody. That's an easy throw and catch right there for the Reddies.
And for James, that's just his second catch of the season. The freshman out of Fort Worth. Now Black pressured, runs past one man. He's going to get yardage out of this 40, 45, jukes his way, diving towards midfield. just short of the 50-yard line. That's a 12-yard pickup on first down from Andrew Black.
Well, and that's what Andrew Black does for you. You know, he rolls to his left. He sees nobody open, makes a quick decision. There's nobody back on the right side of the field, so he tucks it and runs, and he gets 12 yards in the play.
Black averages 5.5 yards a carry. That'll put him over 200 yards of the year on the ground. 1st and 10 from the Reddie 49 on the first drive of the game. Play fake, quick throw into the slot receiver. That's Smith with a catch, brings tacklers over the 40-yard line. That's another 13-yard pickup on first down.
Gotta love the way the Reddies are going quickly. You know, that time you're supposed to fake the handoff and throw. Well, Andrew, he really didn't fake it. He showed like he was going to, but he saw his receiver was wide open that quick and got it to him. That's a great throw by Andrew Black.
For Smith, the lanky junior for Port Neches, Texas, catch number 6 on the season. They'll break Cole out of the pistol formation and give him the ball. Cole is going to make it over the 35-yard line, makes it past the 30, makes a move to his left, makes it to the edge, flag thrown as he crosses the 20-yard line out of bounds at the 18. That's a 19-yard pickup pending the penalty.
That's going to be a hold against the receiver on that outside. I believe that they're going to call it on Austin Bennett. He was locked up with the corner and really didn't let him go anywhere. It was a great job by Bennett.
Number 8 of the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Richard McDaniel, our head official today.
That was a great job by Bennett locking up, but you got to let go eventually. When he tries to come back across you, you can't keep holding on to him, and that's a big penalty. But it doesn't get you past the original markers. That actually gets you, about a 2-yard gain.
And essentially a first down because the flag came after Cole had picked up the first down. So that'll make it first down and 9 from the Bison 37. Jeremy Wilson put in at running back, and he's now moved up to the right shoulder of Andrew Black in the shotgun. And Wilson gets the carry running left. No, it's a quarterback keeper. Black picks up 9 yards. Boy, he fooled everybody. Good little sleight of hand there, and that's what usually the Harding offense does so well, is hide who is carrying the ball. Black picks up 8 on the play, and it's 2nd down and 1.
Well, that time he faked the handoff and put the football on his right hip and just really hit it nicely and was able to run with it.
4 receiver, pistol. Wilson breaks out behind Black, lines up to his right. And they'll change the play. Harding showing 4 down linemen. 2nd down and 1 from the Bison 29 on the first drive of the game. Black smacks the hands together, gets the high snap, rolls to his right. Still rolling, looking down the field, throwing it, and the pass is caught for a first down by Jacoby Lewis at the 17-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, another Henderson first down.
Great job. You know what I like right now is Andrew Black is rolling out of the pocket to throw the football, and he's got no pressure on him. They're keeping him out of harm's way. You know, when you sit there in the pocket, you have to worry about those defensive ends coming and hitting you on the blind side, and really he's not having to worry about getting hit right now, and you save him from injury.
6 plays, 4 first downs on the first drive of the game. First down from the Bison 18. Warlick into block. The Reddies throw a screen, caught by Whitehead, brings it past the 15, flag thrown as he's shoved out of bounds near the 10-yard line. That looks like that's holding again on Henderson State.
Holding, number 84 of the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Sophomore wide receiver Ben Johnson picks up Henderson's 2nd holding penalty on this drive.
And that time they go with the wide receiver screen on the near side, and when you're Ben Johnson, you have to go and seal the edge, and when he did, though, he just didn't release when the corner tried to get past him.
Back to the 27, first down, quick pass thrown to the running back. That's Wilson bringing it out of the backfield past the 25 up near the 20. He'll cross him out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 23. So a gain of about 6 yards for Jeremy Wilson on a long first down. Now Henderson faces 2nd down and 15. Wilson still in at running back. Ready to go with 3 wides left. Single receiver way wide to the right is Whitehead. And Black takes the snap, throws it near the end zone, and it is incomplete. He threw it a little lob intended for A.J. Smith, who was open near the 5, but Black threw it about 5 yards too far.
Well, Black had a man in his face when he threw it, but if he would have just looked to the left, Al Lasker was standing wide open in the left corner of the end zone. There was nobody within 10 yards of him.
Now it's 3rd down and 15. 3rd down conversion rate at 41% for the Reddies. That's number 6 in the country. Or pardon me, 6th best in the conference. Harding is 3rd best defensively in the conference at 34% conversion rate. 4 receivers, Wilson as the running back in the shotgun. Black calls for the snap, and he's back to throw. He steps up in the pocket, runs to his left. He's pressured. He's hit. He is dropped. And there'll be a couple of yard gain here after getting hit. He was able to fall forward, marked down to the 22-yard line. That's about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a single yard gain on first down. Maurice Cole, the freshman out of Arthur Akers, the senior from Memphis, Tennessee, made the stop. And the Reddies unable to convert on third down, so they bring Houston Ray out for a 39-yard field goal. He was good from 42 yards last week at Arkansas Tech, setting a new season high.
Timeout.
And a timeout is called by Harding before the Reddies could line it up. We'll stay right here. And we've played a little more than 4 minutes, and the Reddies took the ball 57 yards in 9 plays, and the drive stalled more or less because of a holding call on first down deep in Bison territory. Ray's been very good this year. After missing his first field goal of the season, he has hit 7 of his last 8. And from this range, in the 40-yard range, he is 1 for 2 this year, but very good over his career, making 10 field goals of 40 yards or more in 12 tries. And this will be kicked from the left hash mark. Harding with a very brief timeout, and they'll come back out to line it up. 10 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first quarter. And Houston Ray looking to give the Reddies an early lead.
Well, and he's kicking with the wind right now, and the wind's at his back, and it's going into the south end zone. And this ought to be a fairly easy kick for him, if you think about it, Phil. Just because he's not having to fight that wind, kicking into it.
DJ Cook, the long snapper, to holder Cody Michael. And the snap is low. The hold is good by Michael. That sets Ray up for the kick, and it is no good. Wide right. Pushed it just a little bit. The snap from Crook was slightly low. Who knows if that put the timing off on Ray's field goal attempt. Let's go down to the field. Kevin Rogers, what did you see?
That snap was kind of shaky right there. It was a great hold on the holder to get it in place, and I think Houston, it's tough. He had to go and kick it anyway. He just probably pulled it a little left. But great drive there by the offense. I like Andrew's comfortable. He's you can tell he's stepped up for today. And I like what you said, RJ, rolling him out of the pocket, getting it to his receivers quick. I think he had Al on a post there, so look for a big play here coming next drive.
Michael Latu in at running back for Harding. The bulk of the carries is from the quarterback Parrish, 67 carries, 426 yards. Latu has carried the ball 66 times. Between the two of them, that's about a third of the carries for the Bisons. They go to the fullback on first down. Latu making men miss. He has a first down to his left over the 35, over the 40, and out of bounds across the 45. Near midfield, they're going to mark him down at midfield for a gain of 27 yards on the first play for Harding offensively.
Well, that's what you're afraid of. You've got to really key in on certain players, and that time they faked it to the up man and gave it to the fullback and let him run with it.
Latu coming off a quiet game last week against Washita, just 45 yards on 13 carries. He got loose against Southern Arkansas, ripping off 3 touchdowns and over 135 yards on the ground. This play from midfield, first down for Harding, moving right to left, and the pitch goes to the right side. Zach Shelley losing yardage on the play. A gang of Reddie tacklers met him at the 45-yard line, led by Adrian Tucker. That's a 5-yard loss on the pitch.
And that's what you like to see from this Reddie defense. We know they can swarm to the ball, and they showed it right there.
And we mentioned the Reddie the secondary in this game, and things have to change from usual because their big plays might have to come on rushing plays rather than on passing plays. Second down and 15. Park Parrish under center. Now steps up from behind center and changes the play. Has a slot back either side, and right behind him is Michael Latu. And Parrish gives to Latu, fakes it, pitch left to Shelley, steps out of a tackle, slips a second tackle and loses his footing. Another loss. That's back-to-back losses on the play. This one goes for 2 yards, and now Harding looks at third down and 17.
Well, you got big plays back-to-back like that. And you got to like it. You're seeing those assignment plays. They're crashing the ends, and the Reddies are doing a great job getting to the ball runner.
Harding converts on 52% of their third downs. second best in the GAC, 13th in the country, but this is 3rd and 17 for a team that doesn't pass very much, and Parrish under center. Parrish steps back, throws it deep down the right side, and a jump ball. It is incomplete. There is a chance for an interception, but A.J. Tucker let it slip through his hands.
Well, you know, he mistimed the jump that time. If he waits just a second longer, he's able to get an interception, but he jumped too quick, and the ball was out a little too high for him.
Well, that was an ugly ball thrown by Parrish.
It really was.
He didn't put anything on it. It's almost like it slipped out of his hands on a day where there's nothing that would make it slip out of his hands.
Well, Henry Davis was in his face, too, as he was throwing it. I mean, he really had nowhere to go with the football.
Just a single step drop as well. The punter for the Harding Bisons is their kicker, Tristan Parsley. And he gives a high spiral, wobbling on its way to Al Lasker, who signals for the fair catch at the 12. And that's where the Reddies will start this drive. After a 30-yard punt and no return, 8:35 remaining in the first quarter and still no score. Today's Reddie broadcast brought to you by our friends at Jeremy Hughes Shelter Insurance. Contact Jeremy to find the types of coverage you need to protect what matters most to you and your family. Call Jeremy Hughes at 870-246-8001 or stop by on Pine Street at 2749. And now the Reddies line up their second possession, and they start this one to the 13. Black in at quarterback, Jaquan Cole in at running back, and they give to Cole. He's hit in the backfield, and they're going to lose yardage. He was tumbled down for a loss of 5 yards. Jensen Jackson, the senior from Marshall, Texas, makes the stop. And now the Reddies look at 2nd down and 15. That's one of those big plays that we mentioned about with Harding. 28th tackle for a loss for the Harding defense this year. And the Reddies will empty the set here on 2nd and long, going 3 wides left, 2 wides right. They'll put Wilson in motion, hand the ball to Wilson across the formation. Wilson trying to juke back, and he is thrown to the turf in the backfield again by Jensen. Back-to-back plays. Dalen Markham on the tackle for the Harding Bisons. And boy, he literally threw Jeremy Wilson to the turf.
He's not a very big guy. I mean, it's like picking up a small person and just chunking him as far as you can. He's not a very big guy. And when you've got a guy like Markham who stands at 6'1" and $195, that's pretty easy to do.
3rd and 15 from the Ready 8. Wilson still in the backfield as a running back, and they pitch it to Jeremy running right. He's got a little room, makes a juke move. 15, needs the 23, and Wilson is close. This is very close. I think he got the first down by half a yard on the ground on 3rd and 15. The Reddies have converted.
Yeah, that's a great job. That was just a small, Jeremy Wilson in the backfield, and you just do a pitch to your right. It's not even a full sweep, and let him go to town with it.
Well, there was some great moves there by Jeremy Wilson, who heads out, giving Jaquan Cole this play, 1st down, and Cole gets the carry over the middle. That hole closed very quickly. Yard gain on the play, made it to the 24, and it's 2nd down and 9. Scott Middleton, a starting strong safety, with a tackle for Harding. Al Lasker is checked in. Lasker will line up wide left. Courtney Whitehead is the only other receiver lined up. He's wide right. The Reddies have yet to really look deep very much. And the snap to Black. There's a flag thrown, and that's going to be false start on Henderson. Boy, the penalties are killing them early.
False start. Number 79 of the offense. 5 yards. 2nd down.
That is right tackle Justin Carpenter, the 3rd Ready penalty. All the way back to the Ready 24. And it is 2nd down and 14. Clock's inside 6.5 in the first. No score. Snap to Black. Play fake. Andrew looking deep. Fires it to the far side, and the pass is intercepted by Harding. The receiver fell down. Al Lasker lost his footing at the 45-yard line, and the pass easily intercepted by Harding.
Yeah, you're running a flag route, a deep flag route, and Lasker, when he went to go make his cut, he fell down, and the corner was right there on top of it, and it's intercepted.
Wasn't a poorly thrown ball at all. Who knows if Lasker would have been able to make a play or not, but he did not have his footing. So the first turnover, the first really big play defensively, is made by Tony Becton, starting free safety for the Harding Bisons. 6 minutes, 16 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Bisons have their second possession beginning at the Reddie 47. For the Bisons, their 14th takeaway, 8 more takeaways than turnovers. Option right, Parrish slips. Might have lost the football. No, he held on to it. That's a loss of a couple of yards. He wasn't tackled. He just slipped and lost his footing. And brings up 2nd down and 12 from the Reddie 49.
Well, you got to like the way this Reddie defense. I mean, you know, a lot of times teams will play, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the box, and the Reddies aren't really doing that. You know, they're still playing with 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, but the linebackers are still playing their normal depth.
Dwayne Carter's in at fullback. Parrish gives to the split back, and up the middle for about 2 yards on the play is Dwayne Carter, a senior from Navarre, Florida. You know, you look sometimes at the Reddies over the years that Kevin was quarterback, and you had, 15, 16 receivers catch at least one ball this year. Harding has had 12 players at least rush the ball once this season. I got a little movement, no flag. Parrish throws the ball to the far side, incomplete. They're trying to pick on A.J. Tucker when they throw the ball. Tucker with solid defense on the receiver, Andrew Dither, junior from Conway, who leads Harding with 7 receptions and almost 28 yards per catch. 4th down now, 4th and 7 for the Bisons, and they bring Parsley out for his second punt.
So, we were talking in the pregame about time of possession, not allowing Harding to hold on to it. Get this, Phil. Right now, through 2 drives, both teams have had the ball twice. Henderson's had the ball for 6 minutes and 27 seconds. Harding's had it for 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
Parsley got off a 44-yard punt on his first. Here is his second punt, a high end over end. And Lasker again calls fair catch and muffs it. The ball loose near the 10-yard line. There's a pile on the football, and it's Harding's ball.
Boy, Lasker's not having a good day. I mean, there's no reason why you should even be anywhere around the football right there, especially when you're having to run sideways to get it and try to get that you just don't. There's no reason for that. Just let it go and let it try to go off into the end zone.
Well, you never really saw Al get under the football. At the last moment, a lunging attempt with his arms, and that is the second Reddie turnover. Harding, essentially, without converting on that 3rd down, ends up with about a 40-yard play on that punt, and it's 1st down from the Reddie 11. They put Shelley in motion, give the ball to the split back, lot 2 running to his right, and he's tackled just short of the 5-yard line. 5-yard gain on 1st down. The Reddies came in +6 in the turnover margin this year, but have now committed their 10th and 11th turnovers on virtually back-to-back offensive plays. 2nd down and 5 from the Reddie 5-yard line. It's 2nd and 5 from the 7. So Harding could pick up a 1st down if they move the ball to the 2. Parrish under center. Hands off to the fullback, Latu. Lowers his head of the 5 and hit by Sheldon Watson right there. He's able to get to about the 3-yard line. That'll make it 3rd down and about 1. They're going to call it a short 2 yards for the 1st down. 3rd and 2. This will be a big play. Man, this is close enough where Harding might decide to go for it, even if you stop him here. On 3rd and short, the Reddies have been pretty good this season. 2 receivers in for Harding. Shelley in motion. Parrish, quarterback keeper, hit 1st down. He's close to the goal line. He didn't make it in, but he's short by about a yard, and it's 1st and goal for Harding.
Parrish just kept it himself. He faked the handoff and went off the right tackle and was able to get all the way down to the half-yard line, and so now they've got 4 more downs to work with.
Well, this is where Harding is so good. They have rushed for 27 touchdowns already this year. That's in 5 games. 1st and goal from the 1. Parrish under center with those 3 setbacks, and a quarterback keeper right over the middle of the offensive line for the Harding touchdown. Bisons draw first blood with 3 minutes and 36 seconds remaining, and all you can do is point to the muffed punt by Lasker that gives Harding this chance. So they'll line up the point after by Parsley. Well, the Reddies had a good opening drive and missed the field goal. Turn it over on the 2nd possession, then about to get the ball back and could not even secure the punt. Parsley's point after attempt is up and good. 3:36 remaining in the opening quarter. Harding has a 7-0 lead. We'll step aside on the Henderson State Sports Network.
With over 40 years of experience, All Care Pharmacy understands your pharmaceutical needs. We offer fast and friendly service, including a drive-through window for additional convenience, along with 14 retail locations to serve you throughout Arkansas. Transfers are as easy as 1, 2, 3. So stop by and see Brian and staff at 3002 West Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Remember, at All Care, we care.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Hey, this is Jaquan Cole. Now back to more Ready football.
Well, you give an offense like Harding a short field of 11 yards, and chances are they're going to punch it in. Reddies have committed 2 turnovers in this opening quarter. Harding has taken advantage to score 7 points. And the Reddies are going to get the football back for the 3rd time here, trailing 7-0. The drive by Harding, 4 plays, 12 yards. Nothing special. Brought to you by Smart Ford. Next time you need to make a purchase in a vehicle, make the smart drive to Smart Ford in Malvern or call 501-332-5414. Lavender and Lewis back to return the kickoff, and the kickoff is bouncing near the sideline, out of bounds. And this will give Henderson good field position. And the first penalty on Harding goes on the kicker. Let's go down to the field for Kevin Rogers. Kevin, it is early, and I think the 2 mistakes by Lasker are not going to cost him playing time. They need Al to get a win today.
Yeah, you hate to see that. You can't have turnovers like that, and give them a short field. But as a team, I'd rally everyone together and say, listen, guys, we got each other right here. It's us against Harding. It's us and them. We don't, no reason to get down on things like that. Let's look forward. Let's go down and answer back right here.
So far, the Reddies 76 yards, 37 on the ground, 39 pass yards. Cole in at running back, Warlick the fullback, 3 wide receivers, tight to the formation. They put Ben Johnson in motion right to left. He'll line up in the slot left. That's where Black rolls to, sets up Cole on the screen. Cole's hit at the line of scrimmage and picks up no yardage on first down. Quickly hit before he could make a move by Dalen Skidmore. Boy, Skidmore, a sophomore linebacker from Houston, Texas. The leading tackler for the Bisons coming into the ballgame. Has been everywhere already. 2nd down and 10 as Jeremy Wilson replaces Cole at running back. Ready to go with 3 wides, twins on the right side. Black out of the shotgun, calls for the snap. And he rolls to his right. Fires it to the far sideline. It's caught by Whitehead for a first down. Whitehead over the 45 and tackled near the sideline of the 49-yard line. A 14-yard gain on Whitehead's first catch.
Yeah, well, that's a nice job. He just kind of set himself up down at the 47-yard line. Was just kind of hanging out. Nobody was covering him, so Black was able to find him and get the first down.
Darren Phillips comes in at tight end. He'll line up on the left side. Warlick the fullback, and there's Wilson right behind Black in the pistol. Single receiver either side. Whitehead lined up right. And the snap. It's a fake. And there's Black running with the football to his right. Over 50. Dives for the 45-yard line. They'll give him the 42. And a pickup of close to 7 yards for Andrew Black. They marked him down to the 44. He did dive. The football landed on the 42, but his knee was down on the 44.
Boy, Andrew does a great job. I think that was really a busted play because I think Jaquan was supposed to take the handoff, and Andrew just kind of ad-libbed right there and was able to bounce it outside and get a good gain out of it.
Double slot right. Wilson sent out from behind Black to line up over his right shoulder. And Wilson, it's a play fake. There's Black with a first down, running with the football to his right over the 40. Late hit. He was shoved after he ran out of bounds.
Yeah, and Coach Maxfield was right there in front of the play. He was out. He was about 2 yards into the white before they hit him, and that's a great call.
Personal foul. Number 27 of the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Ja'Cory Nichols, a freshman safety from Houston, picks up the personal foul penalty. Huge play. Black already had picked up the first down, but that'll tack on 15 more yards and set up the Reddies with a first down to the Bison 12.
Boy, Richard McDonald, our head referee, sounds like he's a little winded.
I know.
He sounds like he just ran the 100 yards.
Reddy's looking to tie the game at the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. A snap to Black. Gives to Wilson. Wilson hit right after the transfer and gets nothing. Might have actually lost a yard. And they'll mark him down to the 13. Loss of about a half yard on the play, and it is second down and 11. A lot of lost yardage already for the Reddies. Second and 11. The clock shows 1:35 in the opening quarter. Pistol formation. Fullback is Warlick. Wilson the running back. Twin wides left. Whitehead all alone in the slot right. Snap to Black. Fakes the handoff. Looks for the end zone. That's Whitehead in the middle of the end zone. A fight for the football. Might have been intercepted by the coverage. And this pass is... They've got to fight for that football. Boy, Whitehead and the defensive back are both fighting for it. And the officials are signaling touchback. Interception. Great play by Frank Herbert, the cornerback from Pensacola, Florida. Intercepted the ball at the goal line. And the momentum and the ensuing fight for the ball with Whitehead carried him into the end zone for the touchback.
Boy, I mean, that's a tough play. Let's go down to Kevin on the sideline. I mean, when you've got two guys tangled up like that, Kevin, I mean, you just kind of, who's got more possession of it, I guess, and it's an official call at that point, right?
Yeah, I think it's just the official's discretion. I'm not going to lie, from my angle, it looked like the Harding cornerback kind of got a good jump on it and got in front of him, but Cordy almost fought with him and may have gotten possession back of it, so that's a tricky call right there. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I want the Reddies to have it, but great play by that cornerback.
Fifth interception thrown by Black, first of the year for Herbert, and that's the second interception thrown in the game for the Reddies. And it's first down for Harding at their 20. Still with a 7-0 Bison's lead and 1:14 remaining in the first quarter. Parrish gives to the fullback right up the middle, lowers his head to the 25, and will pick up 5 yards on first down. That was Romer Reeds, a freshman from Pine Bluff, that picks up the 5 yards on his first play. Reeds averaging nearly 9 yards a carry his first year in Searcy. Clock's inside a minute in the opening quarter. It is 7-0 Harding. Parrish lines up under center. Triple man backfield. Hands off again to Reeds. Hit hard on the transfer and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Big hit by Mac McCaskill, the freshman linebacker from Austin, Texas. Single yard gain at his third down and 4.
Hey, by the way, Phil, you know, we've talked so much about everything going on today. We forgot to mention the brand new scoreboard down here in the north end zone that was put in over the Reddies' last 2 road games. Good looking scoreboard for all the improvements here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium.
Well, except for the score itself right now, 7-0 Harding. They'll get off one more play. Third down and 4, option right. Parrish tries to keep it. He's hit right near the first down marker and shoved backwards, but I think he got the yardage he needed for the first down. Needed the 30, and they marked him down over the 30. First down Harding. And the clock shows 2 seconds as the chains are reset, and now the clock goes back, and we will go to the second quarter. Harding becomes the only team to lead against the Reddies in the first quarter this year. We'll go to the second. Bison 7, Reddies nothing. This is the Henderson State Sports Network.
Arkadelphia Super Smiles offers general dentistry for kids and young adults. Dr. Trevor Coffey and his staff look forward in treating your child and making sure they always have a super smile. Arkadelphia Super Smiles is located at 280 Professional Park Drive, Suite B in Arkadelphia. For an appointment, call 870-246-2828. And like always, our kids is accepted at Arkadelphia Super Smiles.
Henderson State Ready Apparel and Souvenirs. Stop by the Reddie Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Reddie Bookstore tent during the game. The Reddie Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Reddie Bookstore or online at www.readybookstore.com. Reddie Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Don't slam it.
Hi, this is Josh Davis. Now back to more Ready Football.
Well, certainly you're going to face some adversity throughout a football season. The Reddies are facing it here with their first time trailing going into the second quarter. Henderson had outscored opponents 53-7 in the first quarter until this game. But Harding is now outscoring opponents 44-7 in the first quarter after grabbing the first score of this game. And it is still Harding's ball, first down and 10 from the Bison's 31-yard line. The Bison's now moving left to right in those white uniforms. Go with that triple backfield formation. Put the man from the right in motion. Hand off to the fullback. Reeds tries to split a tackle, trying to spin past one man, but there are too many Reddies in front of him. All he can pick up is 1 yard. DeQuellen Scott and Sam Johnson come together from their defensive line spots for the tackle. Both have come up with very big plays this year. And so far, the Reddie defense has been solid, giving up just 7 points to one of the better scoring teams in the nation. Harding 8th in the country, averaging 43.4 points a game. And remember, that touchdown came on an 11-yard drive. Meanwhile, Parrish changing the play under center, second down and 9. Hands off, fakes the handoff, pitch left. Running with the ball is Kimberlin. Kimberlin down at the 35-yard line, tackled by Darius Thomas. 4-yard gain, brings up third down and a long, call this third down and 6.
Well, you're right. The Reddie defense has done a really good job of slowing down this rush. The only reason why Harding right now has 7 points is because the muff fumble down by the muff punt by Al Lasker at the 12-yard line.
Simmons and Kimberlin are the split backs. Romar Reed's the fullback, third down and 6. Parrish under center. Puts the split back in motion, fakes the handoff, throws the football for the first down. Big yardage over the 50-yard line, out of bounds at the Reddie 46-yard line is Grant Kimberlin. Jonathan Edward had to come up from cornerback to push him out of bounds. Biggest play from scrimmage for the Bisons today, a gain of 20 yards, and they have a first down in Reddie territory.
Well, you don't see them throw the football very often, and they did right there, and were able to get big yards. You just allow for him to come out of the backfield or come off the line of scrimmage and just kind of float in that no man's land out on the right side of the field, and he was all by himself. The Reddies really bit on the run that time.
Well, when they do catch the ball, Harding's receivers and running backs make big yardage. That's that 20-yard gain. That's less than they average per catch. 21.3 yards per catch officially. Go to the right split back. Kimberlin trying to dive over the middle. Just a couple yards to the 45-yard line. Call that a 1-yard gain. Cameron Saunier came up from linebacker for the tackle. Second and 9. Harding leading early in the second quarter. 7-0 Bisons. Reddies have committed 3 turnovers already. Turnovers are becoming a problem for Henderson State. That's 12 turnovers on the year. That's about 2 a game. Reed's the fullback. Split back either side of the formation, a receiver either side as well. Parrish with a quarterback keeper, option left, pitch to Kimberlin. Kimberlin over the 40, first down, 35, 30, 25, pushed out of bounds by Gary Vines at the 25-yard line. And they'll actually mark him out of the 24. That's a 21-yard gain. And now big chunks of yardage being picked up by the Harding offense. That's 8 plays, 55 yards on this drive for Harding. Already Harding grounding up 73 yards of rushing. Got to let 2 back in at fullback. And they give the ball now. Parrish pulled it out of his breadbasket and keeps it. And he's over the 20 when he's knocked down by Gary Vines. Made it to the 19 for a 5-yard gain. And Harding looks at second down and about 4.
You know, I'm sitting here watching this offense for Harding, and there's just so many moving pieces of guys moving around and picking up blocks. It's really, you know, the triple option is quite interesting to watch because, you know, you can fake it so many different ways, but you've got guys pulling and blocking. It's kind of an interesting offense if you really sit down and watch it.
Parrish under center. Keeps it, running to his right. Quarterback keeper Parrish around the right side, dives for the pylon, and he didn't quite make it there. He does have a first down and a gain of, close to about 16 yards. Out of bounds to the 2-yard line.
And it looks like Park Parrish he's getting up a little limpy. He's hurting, and now there's the officials are talking things over down at the 1 yard line.
Parrish did make a little bit of an awkward attempt to dive for the pylon, but he'll stay on here, and the official still hashing out. I don't see any flags on the field.
No, I don't either.
They couldn't be guessing that he scored a touchdown here, could they?
I think they're talking about the official spot, honestly, and they're going to put it inside the 1 yard line.
Harding close to taking a 2-touchdown lead, and Parrish has taken off his helmet. He does seem to be a little bit affected here.
Well, he got hit hard as he was diving for that pylon. He just kind of laid there for a minute. Oh, there's a player down over on the near side over by the track. Didn't see him. It's literally almost to the track, and that's what they're paused for right now.
Is one of the Henderson players.
Is it a Henderson?
That is Henderson. That's Josh Davis who's been pulled up.
He's the one that delivered the hit on Park Parrish.
Davis walking around under his own power, appears to be okay, if maybe a little bit woozy or out of breath. And under the watchful eye of athletic trainer Rob Redding, he'll make his way to the bench. Meanwhile, Harding lines up a play on 1st and goal from the 2. 7-0 Bisons. This huge matchup in which the winner takes over first place in the GAC, and Harding is taking advantage of the Reddie turnovers. Parrish under center on 1st and goal from the 2. Puts a split back in motion, gives the ball to 2, runs to his right and carries it in. Touchdown Harding. The 2 had an open hole over the right guard and carries it in for his 5th rushing touchdown. It is 13-0 Bisons. And now there's no doubt we're going to find out what this Reddie team is made of. Essentially spotting the number 16 team in the country, a 2-touchdown lead. The bright spot is that the Reddies have brought the ball into Harding territory twice, deep into Harding territory twice. The bad sign is they've missed a field goal and thrown an interception at the goal line with 2 other turnovers to boot. The point after by Parsley makes it 14-0 Harding. And just over 11 minutes left in the half. We'll step aside on the Henderson State Sports Network.
The state's leader in care is right here in the comfort of your own community. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia is a full-service hospital. Here, state-of-the-art technology is united with highly qualified physicians and the most quality nursing staff in the region. From major surgery to minor injuries, we care for you because we're your neighbor. And we're backed by Baptist Health, Arkansas's most comprehensive and respected care network. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia, your community hospital.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe and More and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16 plus ounces of premium bone-in French-cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
This is Scott Maxfield. Welcome back to Reddie Football on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Well, Harding's first touchdown came on a 4-play, 11-yard drive. Their second touchdown came on an 80-yard, 11-play drive. And Harding is leading 14-0. Just inside 11 minutes left in the second quarter. The Reddies have churned up 109 yards, but the 3 turnovers have just killed them. And that's led directly to 14 points. Parsley slips on the kickoff. It bounces at the 12 and returnable. Brought out by Lavender over the 20. 25 to his left, 30. 35 up the left sideline, 40. Spinning to the 45. Hit at the 50-yard line. They're going to give him. They're marking him out of the 43. Right at the hit that he spun. Still a great return by Lavender. His biggest of the season, close to 40 yards.
Now, you mentioned it just a minute ago, Phil. This Reddie offense has got to dig down deep and find a way to get back in this thing. They've got to step up. This is the first time they've really been hit in the mouth and are trailing by 2 scores.
Andrew Black will go with an empty set. 5 wides, drops back, he's pressured, dumps it off over the middle, caught by Lewis, 50-yard line, first down, moves to his left and knocked out of bounds. at the 42-yard line. One of the Reddie offensive linemen slow to get up. That's Justin Carpenter, who asked for help now, and now JoJo Grant will come in and replace him at the tackle position. But a good pickup there for Lewis. First down, Henderson State.
How about that throw by Andrew Black right there? You know, as he's getting hit, he's able to get the ball away to Lewis and was able to pick up the first down. That's a great job by Andrew Black.
Second catch for Lewis. That goes for 14 yards. Cole in it running back, 3 wides. Black hands the ball off to Cole. Not a lot of room at all. Good push, though, by the offensive line. That'll get him a yard on the play. Had a little push, but Jaquan doesn't seem to have that burst that he has been known for.
Well, you know, and I know that they want to get the running game going, but I think, and you got to use the running game to keep the defense honest. But, you know, the thing that's worked in this game is how effective the passing game's been, and now we've got a penalty flag.
And a flag called. There was some confusion by some of the Reddie personnel as to who is to be on the field. I think Al Lasker got crossed up.
Encroachment, number 18 of the offense, 5 yards. Second down.
Lasker didn't realize where he was on the football field. He had lined up at where he thought the line of scrimmage was. It turned out that was 2 yards over the line of scrimmage.
I'm starting to think that Lasker's day may come short if he doesn't quit messing up.
Back to the Bison's 47 at 2nd and 14. Play fake. Black's pass batted down to the line of scrimmage by T.J. Winslow, who also came from UCA. Little Rock native. And now it's 3rd down and long for the Reddies. Haven't done very well on 3rd down today. In fact, this will only be the 3rd attempt on 3rd down. They'll empty the set, go with 5 wides. Reddies need the 33-yard line for a first down. Harding showing blitz. Plenty of time to change the play, and Black comes back under center quickly. Changes the play. Back to the shotgun formation now. 9:43 left in the half. Reddy's down by 2 touchdowns. Jack, and again, Black changing the play. He doesn't see the play clock is down to 0. And another flag is thrown. Oh, goodness. Scott Maxfield is fit to be tied.
Delay of game. Number 14 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Mistake after mistake after mistake by the Reddie offense in this first half.
I mean, just lack of focus right now. That is all it is with this offense, is lack of focus across the board.
3rd and 19. Now back from the Reddie 48. Black shouts to his offensive line. He takes the snap. He is back and rushed by 4. Pressured. Runs to his left. Hit and dropped. Boy, Black was hit by 2 linemen at the Reddie 39-yard line, and a drive that started out so optimistically is crunched by T.J. Winslow at the very end. Reddies were looking at a makeable 3rd down. Then you have a cross-up by Lasker, a forgetfulness on the play clock by the quarterback, and then pass protection just completely breaks down. Reddies send Black back in there for a pooch punt, and a flag thrown as I think there might have been the wrong personnel for Harding. No, Harding didn't have the right personnel, and Coach Huckabee calls for a timeout. They'd sent Black out there for a pooch punt instead of putting the punter Michael. But I don't know what will happen here because Harding's going to change it up. We'll step aside as well. 14-0 Harding midway through the second quarter. This is the Henderson State Sports Network.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make one. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit.
Coming back. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is Andrew Black from Tyler, Texas. Let's get back to the game.
Well, the Reddies do send Michael in to punt, and he gets rid of a low line drive, bounces at the 12, and returned back to the 15, 17-yard line, a 5-yard return for Harding. And the Bisons leading Henderson 14-0. A little less than 9 minutes left in the second quarter. First down for the Bisons. Let's go down to the sideline for a Southern Bancorp sideline report. Kevin Rogers, what do the Reddies need to do to turn this game around?
Man, it just seems like an entire lack of focus right there. Coach Maxfield wanted the offense to stay on the field. Somebody put the punt team on the field. I think the guys just need to come together and say, hey, like, it's do or die right here. We need to pick our energy level up. We're just down right now because if we keep this up, it's not going to be a good game.
Park Parrish checks his play chart on his wrist, hands off to his fullback. Big hit by Gary Vines, laying right in to Dwayne Carter. Carter was able to cross the 20 and picks up 3 yards, but he just got crunched by Gary Vines.
Yeah, Gary put a shoulder right in the middle of his chest and knocked him backwards.
Lack of focus seems to be more than anything what's going on Henderson's offense.
Yeah.
In some cases, it doesn't look like some of the players that have been your big play guys are even there right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's not just 1 or 2 players. There's pretty much the entire team right now.
2nd and 6. Parrish with a QB keeper and thrown to the turf by Sam Johnson.
Right back to the original line of scrimmage right there. Maybe you've got a yard, but now you got a big 3rd down right here. You got to get a stop right here if you're this Ready defense. Get off the field. Let the offense get back out there and get some confidence.
Last couple of weeks, opponents have found more success on 3rd down against Reddies, and in this game, Harding's 3 for 5 converting 3rd downs. 3rd and 5 from the Bison 22. We've got Carter at fullback, a split back either side. Put the split back in motion. Parrish going to throw the ball. It's tipped in the air by Shelley and falls incomplete. That was a catchable ball. It would have been a 1st down if Shelley made the catch, but it went through his hands.
Yeah, well, that's not an easy pass to catch either. Park Parrish threw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at him, and he's 7 yards away from him. I mean, as he's running towards the sideline, that's a tough play to catch. And, hey, the Reddies avoid one right there. They get the ball back.
Well, they should get good field position here. The return men back near the 38 in Henderson territory to return Parsley's punt. 2 punts for an average of 38.5 yards, and Parsley gets a high spiral. And a fair catch called by Darian Gray. Flag thrown. He didn't call for the fair catch. And now he runs out of bounds over the 40-yard line. The flag was thrown right where you usually would have the flag thrown on an obstructed fair catch.
Well, no, it's going to be blocking the back on Tavares Garner, but he was doing the right thing because he was protecting Darian Gray from getting just obliterated for not calling a fair catch.
I mean, there was great coverage on you there. You wonder why Darian wouldn't call for the fair catch.
I mean, they're going to call it on Tavares Garner. I'm almost positive.
Holding. Number 2 of the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Yeah, I see your point. It's a penalty on Garner, but it's really a mistake on Gray's part.
Yeah, no, I mean, for Garner, he's protecting his teammate right there because he sees what's about to happen. Because if Darian Gray gets hit, that's another fumble. You see what I'm saying? And so now Garner's coming in.
Media timeout.
Garner's coming in to get the job done and protect Darian Gray. Just another unfocused moment.
Well, the Reddies need to find a way to get the offense back involved here. Down 14-0, 7:30 left in the half. We'll step aside on the Henderson State Sports Network.
With over 40 years of experience, All Care Pharmacy understands your pharmaceutical needs. We offer fast and friendly service, including a drive-through window for additional convenience, along with 14 retail locations to serve you throughout Arkansas. Transfers are as easy as 1, 2, 3. So stop by and see Brian and staff at 3002 West Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Remember, at All Care, we care.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is Cameron Sonia from Henderson State. Let's get back to the game.
Reddies begin the drive of their 23, trailing 14-0. 7 minutes, 29 seconds left in the first half. Andrew Black will line up a single back formation, 4 wides. Gave the ball to and he just handed the ball to the defender for Harding. Arthur Akers took the ball away from Black and runs it right into the end zone, unobstructed, untouched, and the litany of mistakes for the Henderson offense continues.
Can't say I've ever seen that.
20-0. I don't know what happened on that play. It looked like either a play fake to Jeremy Wilson or a handoff to Wilson, and maybe the two of them got confused there because all they did was literally hand the ball to Akers.
And he ran it in. I've never seen anything like that before. That is the most wild thing I think I've ever seen.
That was, that you could watch football for 50 years and never see the ball literally handed to a defensive player.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 43 of Harding, leaving the team area to celebrate. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's Benjamin Shields, the linebacker out of Little Rock, called for the unsportsmanlike. And then Harding will take the unsportsmanlike and definitely take the 6 points. Kevin Rogers, what did you see on that play?
Well, it's like a read option run right there, and he was handing it off to the back, and what he does is he reads the end, and if the end crashes down, he pulls it, and so he saw him crash down, and he was trying to decide to pull it, and he pulled it a little too late, and the ball popped out of the running back trying to take it, and it popped up in the air, and the defensive end grabbed it, ran it into the end zone. So it's an unfortunate set of events right there.
Wow. All right, we got to take a break. Point after good at Bison's 21, Reddie's nothing. We're back on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Moms, we don't know how you do it all, but you do. And we know it's those precious moments you experience with your family that make it all worthwhile. That's why we're here for you, to help make sure families like yours live healthier, longer lives. Together, we can realize a healthier future. Moms United can make real change. Start by visiting lifeiswhy.org/moms. The American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association. Life is why.
Though they made it home safely, many veterans are fighting the raging war within called post-traumatic stress disorder.
Felt hopeless. Nowhere to go, nowhere to turn. Feel guilty for coming back when others stayed there.
There's an organization that is doing all they can to help our veterans, the American Legion.
I wish all the boys out there who are coming home today would just realize that organizations like the Legion are there for them.
To learn more, visit legion.org.
Hi, this is Darius Thomas. Now back to more Ready Football.
Harding gets the easiest touchdown they'll score all season long. Now a short kickoff returned by Jacoby Lewis from the Ready 30 over the 40, hit of the 45, and dropped at the 47. About a 17-yard return by Jacoby Lewis. And you don't want to have to look at a possession in the first half of a football game and say this is a must-score drive. It really feels like this is a must-score drive. And right now, all that they can point to is mistake after mistake. Every single drive, there's been either a mistake or two that have led to either a turnover or a missed field goal or something that has been the opposite of positive. They get good field position here. Black back to throw, dumps it off, caught by Bennett. Not going to get much here. He's dragged down from behind by T.J. Winslow. Just a couple yards on the screen. Of course, that screen play is set up for a big play.
Yeah, and that one almost got intercepted as well because Harding's Deontay Garrett was right there, and he had his hands up, and it just went right through his hands.
Gain of 2, second down and 8. Black 7 for 11, throwing the ball for 69 yards. They muff the handoff again, and Black dives back on the football, hit by Bigelow when he dove on it. Goodness gracious, that was a muffed handoff between Andrew Black and Jaquan Cole.
No, that wasn't even a muffed handoff, Phil. That was a shotgun snap that hit off of Andrew Black's hands, and it hit the turf. Andrew Black can't hold on to the football right now.
3rd and 14. Cole stays in the backfield. Black takes the snap. Quick pass is incomplete, intended for Lewis, running across to his left at the 45. 4th down, and the Reddies go 3 and out. They're going to keep Black back out there for the time being. They might go for it here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 15. This feels like a little frustration bubbling to the surface for Scott Maxfield to go for it from this deep in your own territory. On 4th down this year, the Reddies are 4 for 7 converting. Black takes the snap, and he pooch punts. It's an end-over-end punt, bounces at the 20, takes a Henderson roll, another Henderson roll at the 15, and this is all the way down to the 6-yard line when it is finally down. Turns into a nice punt by Andrew Black. That's your most positive play of the game. 51-yard punt.
You're exactly right. That is the most positive play of the game so far for the Reddies. And let's go down to Kevin. Kevin, is this a bit of rust for Andrew Black? I mean, because he's starting to show he's not able to take shotgun snaps, can't get handoffs off. I mean, is this just the signs of not playing in a week?
You know, I think he started off real well the first couple drives, and it just seemed like one mistake after the other is kind of piling up on him. It's kind of like quicksand, and you can't get out of it, and it just digs deeper and deeper, and your confidence just kind of goes downhill from there. So he's got to have some things improve his game, or we might see another one.
First down, Bisons go to Latu, and he'll get nothing. Reddie's had 5 or 6 tacklers even push him into the end zone with forward progress to the 6 and no yards. Second down and 10. I mean, you kind of wonder if some of the problems for Andrew have now gotten into his head. A muffed snap, muffed handoff, like those two plays right there. You don't see that ever from anybody that plays the quarterback position.
If it happens again, I wonder when the calls for Evan Laster will be coming for him to be in the game.
Second down and 9 from the Bison, 7. Left split back in motion. They go to Latu again. Short yardage here, only back to the 7-yard line. That's no gain. And it'll be second down and 9 for Harding. 5:16 remaining in the half. Bisons are up 21-0, and Harding gets the ball to begin the third.
You know what's crazy is that the Reddies still leading time of possession right now. The Reddies have had it for 12 minutes and 18 seconds. Harding's had it for 11 minutes, 38 seconds.
I guess more than anything goes to show time of possession. When put up against the turnover battle, time of possession doesn't mean anything. Because the turnover battle is 3-0 in favor of Harding, and they have 3 touchdowns as well off those 3 turnovers. Hand off Latu over the 10, near the 15, needs the 16 for the first down. He got it on 3rd down and 8. Bisons go to the ground and pick up another first down. Well, the Reddies needed a stop there. You can see the body language from some of the defensive linemen thinking, goodness, we had them pushed back 8 yards for a first down, and they got it. And after that 3rd down conversion, the Bisons have converted 4 times on 7 third downs. They're at the Bison 16, first down Harding. A tight formation, single receiver either side. On the ground to Latu again, running left, and tackled quickly after the handoff by Cameron Saunier, who lost his helmet. Saunier's going to have to head off the field.
You know, the Reddies have done really good on 1st and 2nd down, stopping Harding. It's those 3rd downs that they've been the problem today for the Reddie defense.
Second down and 9. We're inside 4 minutes in the half. Reddie football brought to you in part by Southern Bancorp, sponsor of our sideline reports with Kevin Rogers. There's Parrish under center on 2nd and 9. And it's an option left. He keeps it himself to the 25-yard line. Flag thrown from the back judge. He's short of the first down by a yard, an 8-yard pickup. We'll see where this penalty is. The penalty's brought to you by Jeremy Hughes Shelter Insurance. 870-246-8001, the number to dial for Jeremy Hughes Shelter Insurance. And this one's going on Harding.
Holding, number 7 of the offense, 10 yards out of the foul. Second down.
It's on Eric Simmons, one of the split backs.
I'll take that, won't you? I mean, because that was going to be another first down.
Anything that moves Harding in the direction that they don't want to go in.
Yeah.
And anything that gives the Reddies an opportunity, at least one more possession of this half. They need a score. They got to get on the scoreboard before halftime. And only 3 minutes and 37 seconds until that halftime begins. Ball's down to the 13. Harding moving left to right. Second down and 13. Bisons are content to use plenty of time. Play clock down at 5 seconds, and Parrish under center. And Parrish takes the snap. Pulls the ball out of Latu's breadbasket. Pitch right. Running with the football near the 18-yard line is Eric Simmons. And tackled by Darius Thomas. About a 3-yard gain. Pardon me, a 6-yard gain. And it will be 3rd down and 7. And that's right where the Bisons like to have their 3rd downs. Converted on 3rd down and 8 earlier on this drive. And are successful on 4 of their 7 3rd down conversion attempts. And if the Reddies are going to get the ball back in this half, they need to stop right here. They do have all their timeouts. Bisons have 1. Parrish again using plenty of that 25-second clock. And they're going to use that last timeout right here. Play clock down to 1. Parrish calls timeout, runs off the field.
Timeout.
We'll step aside.
Harding.
2:32 left in the half. Harding 21, Henderson nothing. This is the Henderson State Sports Network.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008.
It's ID time.
I get out my mat and I do the downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra, and this is how I live united. Many families have come to America for a better life. I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to see opportunities available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools and network within the community. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunity and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is defensive back Gary Voss. Welcome back to Ready Football.
Well, the big third down play about to go up here with Harding using their last timeout. Parrish comes under center on 3rd and 7 from the Bison 19. Left split back in motion, handoff to Michael Latou. Latou over the 20 and hit at the 22. Short by about 4.5 yards for the first down.
Well, they got that stop. It took forever to get that stop, but they got it. Now the clock's going to go all the way down to about 1:15.
Maybe the Reddies would be interested in using one of their 3 timeouts right here. But the clock will continue to roll. 2:06, 2:05. And Harding content to take their time, use all that play clock. They'll put Parsley back in for a punt. 3 punts, an average of just under 43 yards. Reddies need some sort of big play. Darian Gray, Al Lasker, the return man of the 38. Parsley's punt is a high spiral. Gray says fair catch. And the Reddie drive will begin at their 37-yard line. No return after a punt of 49 yards.
Well,
minute 41. How do you score in a minute 41 when you're having trouble doing some of the simple things right now?
Well, yeah, you gotta find a way, and the Reddies are very capable of scoring in a minute 41. We've seen it. It's just everybody's got to get their head on straight right now. I mean, everybody's got to be in motion and kind of on the same page and get down and get in the end zone.
Whitehead and Johnson wide right. Wide left is Bennett. Reddies go to the ground, first down. Jeremy Wilson runs to his right. 40-yard line, nudged out of bounds to the 41.
Good job by Jeremy Wilson to find the sideline and stop the clock. Not have to worry about using a timeout.
Gain of 4 yards at 2nd down and 6. A minute 35 on the clock, down 21 points. Reddies line up 5 wide receivers, 3 to the left side. That's the long side of the field. And Black calls for the snap. He is blitzed. He gets rid of the football, right side of the field, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Courtney Whitehead. Pass was a little bit underthrown. Solid coverage on the play by Isaiah Jefferson, who is the big play cornerback for Harding secondary. Reddy's facing 3rd down and 6. 3rd downs, Henderson is 1 for 4. Black takes the snap, rolls left. He's going to keep it himself. 45, dives for the first down. Boy, he was hit hard. Held on to the football, made it to the 49-yard line, a gain of 8.
Well, that'll stop the clock for a moment. Reddy's got to get to the line of scrimmage and get ready for that next play.
Clock back in motion, a minute 18. 5 wides again, Twins left. That's the close side of the field. The snap to Black, screen pass to Bennett. Caught at the 48, over the 50, hit at the opponent's 48-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of 3. Clock still in motion, didn't make it out of bounds. Reddies have 3 timeouts. Scott Maxfield uses the first.
Timeout. Henderson State.
We'll keep it here. You can tell Scott is not a very happy camper, and you know Coach Maxfield is a lot like most other coaches. Though even when they're Reddies, and you can tell have played a great half of football,
yeah.
He'll tell you the things that they need to improve upon. But I'm imagining whenever Kevin does catch up with Coach Max for the halftime it'll be really interesting to see what Scott has to say.
Yeah, he's not going to be too happy, I don't imagine, to talk to Kevin at halftime.
Thing is, I mean, defensively, Henderson has played, I think, about as well as you could hope for them to play against this tremendous Harding offense. Really, Harding's offense has earned only 7 of their 21 points. I mean, they got a short field for the first score, 80-yard drive for the second score. That was an impressive drive, and then the defense scored their third touchdown.
Oh, you're exactly right.
I think defensively they scored well. Offensively, right now, Henderson does not look like the same team that we've seen the first 5
Henderson's
weeks.
offense has outscored themselves.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, the defense is doing exactly, but, I mean, now you look at time of possession's totally changed to where now Harding's had the ball for 16 minutes to the 12:58 of Henderson. The defense has been out there a long time. You can only do so much and be asked to do so much.
Reddie's back on the field, 2nd and 7 from the Bison's 49. Down 21-0 and 61 seconds left in the first half. Black with an empty set, trips left. That's the short side. Let's look at the coverage. Well, the Bisons bring 2 blitzers. Black takes the snap, rolls right. Andrew looking down the field, pulling the ball down, running it to the right sideline and out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Marked him out of the 46. That's a short gain.
Well, at least he got out of bounds, though. You know, stop the clock, and now you live for another play, and it's 3rd down and manageable rather than having a 3rd down and long.
3rd down and 5. The first down is the 41. Clock stopping at 55 seconds. Black still out there again. Quickly takes the snap. 5 wide receivers. Throws a pass for Gray, and it's incomplete. He led Gray a little too far. Would have been a first down if the catch was made, but the pass out of his reach.
Are you seeing what Harding's doing right now? They're putting 7 in the box and rushing Andrew Black every single time. I mean, they're bringing the house.
Reddie's forced to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 5, 51 seconds. Harding could get the ball back with good field position if they stop him here. Reddie's on the season on 4th downs are 4 for 7. This will be their first try today. And the snap back to Andrew Black. Rolls to his left, looks down the field, throws it in the air for Al Lasker and badly underthrows his mark. Step-for-step coverage by Isaiah Jefferson, who most definitely was the closer of the 2 men to the football.
I mean, you're not going to make a very good throw when you're rolling away from your throwing arm and then you have to twerk your body and throw, you know, a 40-yard pass downfield. You're not going to get everything underneath that, and you can't set your feet. And that's just almost a win, you know, a lose-lose opportunity for your quarterback.
Well, Harding now has 43 seconds to try to either get into field goal position or find a way into the end zone. They have no timeouts remaining. Boy, it is quiet here at Carpenter Haygood, much quieter than usual. Certainly down by 3 touchdowns near halftime. You can understand why. Harding, flag thrown before the snap. This will be a false start on the Bisons.
False start. Number 66 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's the right guard, Davis Hudson, a senior from Nashville, Tennessee. And the penalty on the Bisons is their 4th. Henderson called for 6 penalties, 4 ready turnovers, including this last turnover on downs. First down and 15 for the Bisons from their 41. Harding 21, Henderson nothing. Parrish under center, left split back in motion. There's movement on the offensive line, and another flag is thrown. Another false start on the Bison's offense. There's so many moving parts in that Harding offense that...
Offsides. Number 94 of the defense made contact. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Called that on the nose tackle, Henry Davis. I'm about to say there's so many moving parts before the ball is even snapped on the Harding offense that where they've got to hold their positions for a little longer than I think most offensive linemen would like to. And in this case, it's the nose tackle who was too quick. So 5 yards back and 5 yards forward. Harding at their own 46, first down and 10. Handoff, Reeds, right side, does a somersault near the 48-yard line. That's Dwayne Carter on the carry. That's a 4-yard gain. It is second down and a long 6. And Harding's going to let the clock tick, 30 seconds.
Yeah, because they can just go to the locker room right now. It's second for second with play clock, but I imagine they'll probably try to get one last play in before the half.
Well, the Bisons do get the ball to begin the third. So whether or not they score right here, apparently it doesn't seem to matter all that much. Parrish is going to throw. Deep left side, wide open receiver, caught at the 30. Wide open touchdown. Not a defender in sight. A 51-yard touchdown catch.
That was Ty and Avery's guy.
Bobby Green is the receiver, a freshman from Milton, Florida. Easiest touchdown he'll score in his life.
Ty and Avery gave up on the play. He was just standing at the 40-yard line, and just allowed his receiver to go. He thought they were going to run the football, and he didn't even cover his wide receiver.
Stunned silence at Carpenter Haygood Stadium as the Bisons score a touchdown of 51 yards, leaving 5 seconds still on the clock here. To put it quite simply, this is the worst half of football that you and I have seen RJ do in these Henderson games in 5.5 seasons. There's no other way to put it. This is the worst 30 minutes of football we've seen since doing these games. And a shocking turn of events. It's a very good Bisons team out there. But this first five weeks of the season, the Reddies certainly looked like another, but again, a very good football team.
The Reddies don't look like the 5th-ranked team in the country right now. Heck, for that matter, the Reddies don't look like the 300th ranked team in the country right now, honestly. And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer or anything right now. Henderson State looks bad today, folks.
There's a difference between losing a football game and being beaten by your opponents, feeling like you're being beaten by mistakes.
And I say that, and this is not on the coaching staff. It's not play calling. It's not anything like that. This is focus from the players. They didn't wake up today or something like somebody didn't get out of bed or whatever. This is not on the coaches. It's not on the play callers. This is straight on the players in this game.
Well, and for a while it looked simply like the offense, and then all of a sudden the defense falls asleep on a 51-yard pass play. Parsley sends a pooch kickoff. Fair catch called to the 29 by Logan Warlick. I can imagine here the Reddies just going to have to sit on the football with 5 seconds left. And right now, I don't think you want any more self-inflicted wounds.
Just take a knee and get out of the half. That at this point, this half will not end.
Yeah, you really thought it would have ended with the last Reddie drive, but then you see the Reddies fail on a 4th down. Harding has the ball. They ended with a 51-yard touchdown on unbroken coverage. They send Black into the shotgun, and Andrews back to throw the football. He's pressured in the pocket, dances around, buys some time, and throws an interception to the 30-yard line. That's caught by Scott Middleton. Middleton is going to run it in again. Touchdown, Harding. Oh, my goodness. Talk about more self-inflicted wounds. A touchdown on an interception in the last 5 seconds of the half. Harding's going to take a 34-0 lead. Flag thrown, and this is nothing more than a big celebration than Harding. The flag's on the Harding sideline, and I cannot believe what we have seen, not just in this half of football, RJ, but in the last 1 minute of football.
Last 30 seconds.
Absolutely shocking. Black did a dance, try to buy some time. He would have done himself a much better idea by just throwing the ball away. The best he could have made out on that play was maybe a 5-yard pickup to Jeremy Wilson. Ends up throwing an interception for a touchdown for Scott Middleton. That was
After
just
the
a
play,
gift.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 36 of the Harding. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct.
Even our head referee sounds shocked at the turn of events here.
Correction, that number is number 26 of Harding. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, so this will make the extra point 35 yards for Tristan Parsley. He has to be shocked that he's back on the field for another attempt at a point after.
Here's the thing. Andrew Black, he's smarter than that. He's smarter than that.
Well, here's the point after attempt by Parsley. Plenty of distance. And it is 35-0 Harding at the end of the first half. Absolutely incredible. Well, let's go down and see what Scott Maxfield thinks about this.
Coach, just a tough first half. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, Kevin, it's probably the worst exhibition of football I've seen in a while. I think we had 6 turnovers in one half, 2 pick sixes, fumble punt. Actually they should probably have 14 points. We've given them 21, so very disappointed in our execution and just not having any type of ball security whatsoever.
Well, Coach, we're behind you. We'll leave it at that. Go in there and give those boys a talk, and good luck.
All right, thanks.
I think that's well said. Usually Kevin would have a follow-up, but there's not much more you can say.
Yeah, there's nothing you can follow up with that. And a very dejected coach. That's probably the most dejected Maxfield I've heard in the 6 years that we've been doing these football games.
Well, you do have 2 more quarters. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, comparing on how the first 2 quarters have gone. It's 35-0 Harding. Stick around for the halftime show brought to you by SCM Architects, next on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Suits, we've all got them, but we really hate wearing them. So why would you want to bank with people that have to wear suits every day? At Southern Bancorp, we take a casual approach to banking. No suits required here. We realize not every customer is going to fit the corporate mold. That's why we can customize loans and accounts based on your wants and needs, not try to fit you into a box or into a suit. We aren't your typical stuffy bankers, just friendly, laid-back people here to help you. We cater to all kinds of suits around here, but you can leave your birthday suit at home. Southern Bancorp, building communities, changing lives. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Arkadelphia Super Smiles offers general dentistry for kids and young adults. Dr. Trevor Coffey and his staff look forward in treating your child and making sure they always have a super smile. Arkadelphia Super Smiles is located at 280 Professional Park Drive, Suite B in Arkadelphia. For an appointment, call 870-246-2828. And like always, our kids is accepted at Arkadelphia Super Smiles.
The state's leader in care is right here in the comfort of your own community. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia is a full-service hospital. Here, state-of-the-art technology is united with highly qualified physicians and the most quality nursing staff in the region. From major surgery to minor injuries, we care for you because we're your neighbor. And we're backed by Baptist Health, Arkansas's most comprehensive and respected care network. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia, your community hospital.
Welcome back to today's game on the Henderson State Sports Network. It's time for the SCM Architects Halftime Show. Here are Phil Elson and RJ Hawk.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium as we're at the half where Harding, they lead the 5th-ranked team in the country 35-0. And it's been a shocking turn of events here in the second half, or in the end of the second quarter, as they lead this thing 35-0. Well, it is Hall of Honor weekend. There is a bright spot on the weekend as we have former Reddies of all sports back in Arkadelphia as they get honored for their accomplishments on and off the field. And now joining us here in the booth is the Haskell Harmony Grove head football coach and former Reddie, Paul Calley, joining us. And, Coach, congratulations on your induction into the Reddie Hall of Fame.
Thanks, RJ. It's been a humbling experience. I've had a great time today getting to visit with different people and had some old teachers from middle school and high school come today, so it's been a special day.
Now,
I'm blessed.
I've got to ask you, you are a guy that a lot of people, in fact, Phil even thought you were already quarterback, but in all reality, you were a 4-time letterman for the Reddies at center for the Reddies.
I came to Henderson as a linebacker, and they figured out in the first week I wasn't quite fast enough to compete with the rest of the guys. So Coach Carpenter told me, he said, son, we're going to move you to the offensive line, and that's the last stop before you go to the house. I said, yes, sir. So that's where I ended up. And in all actuality, what happened was I was probably the 4th-team center. I had guys in front of me, and all 3 of them got hurt. They didn't have anybody else to put in. Yeah. So I ended up being the center and I started, I think, 37 consecutive games. But I was able to do what Harding Center's doing today. I grabbed a lot of grass, and I scooted around people, and I cut linebackers. That was my job.
Yeah, and became a successful center here at Henderson State, as you are an honoree or a Hall of Honor inductee. And let me ask you, though, now post-Henderson, now you've gone on to coach. You were head coach of the Bryan Hornets. You've coached with Daryl Patton, who is a legendary coach in this state. Now you're the head coach at Haskell Harmony Grove. Coached a lot of football, a lot of young kids, and then you've kind of passed everything you've learned from Coach Carpenter down to those kids.
I have, and I probably emulate Coach Carpenter more than anybody. He was one of those guys, he pushed you to the brink of exhaustion. He pushed you to the brink of quitting, but he could also motivate you, and you knew he cared about you, and he was funny in his own special way. It just made you want to play for him.
Let me ask you this. This is your first year at Haskell Harmony Grove, and you guys, you take over a program that's been down a little bit. You know, they had some success. We're down a little bit last year, and you got them rolling this year. Lost last night, I know, but really got a good group of kids over there at Haskell Harmony Grove right now.
I got a great group of kids. Last night, hopefully it's a learning experience for us. We had some injuries early, and it hurt us down, through the course of the game. We couldn't stop the running game. Jessieville had a great game plan. They milked the clock and kept the ball away from us. It frustrated us on offense, and we scored when we had it. We just didn't have it enough. We couldn't catch a pooch kick, let it roll between our legs 2 different times, and they got it. They ran 30 more plays and had 3 more possessions than we did. And you can't win football games doing that. Our guys, especially our seniors, they've got to realize the potential they have and how good they could be if they had a little more confidence.
Yeah.
They just gotta. They got to be tougher, mentally tougher.
Kind of sounds a lot like the Reddies today.
I'm going to tell you, it's anything that could go wrong last night went wrong. Same thing's happening here today. I've seen things happen like the mesh on the power read down here, and the quarterback bobbled the ball, and the defensive lineman catches it in the air and runs it in for a touchdown. I hadn't seen that in a while, and you probably won't see it again for a while, especially not out of Henderson.
Yeah, I mean, it's quarterback Andrew Black now has thrown 3 interceptions so far in the game. 9 of 18 for 72 yards and 3 interceptions, and that's not the return that he expected after coming off an injury.
No, we had a great first drive, of course, nullified by a penalty, and when we didn't get points out of that, it just kind of went downhill from there.
Well, Paul, I tell you, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations, Hall of Honor inductee for class of 2016. Got a good group inducted, including that 1959 AIC championship team. So, boy, what a great group of folks.
I got to see Charlie Staggs. He was on that team. And Brown Hardman, who coached me in baseball when I was 13 years old on the All-Star teams. Great to see those guys.
A lot of fun. Well, hey, thanks so much. And let's hopefully we can get some offensive movement here in the second half and maybe get a Ready win.
It's going to take a little bit more, some divine intervention probably.
And Paul Kelly, head coach at Haskell Harmony Grove. He is a 2016 Hall of Honor inductee. We're at the half where Harding, they lead the 5th-ranked Henderson State Reddies 35-0. We'll have more of the halftime show right after this on the Henderson State Sports Network.
What's your lucky number? 7, 13. How about 3, 6, and $5.99? The $5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a 21-ounce drink for just $5.99. It's the $5.99 meal deal, only at Subway. And it's your lucky day. Limited time only at participating locations. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. All chip-related trademarks are owned by Frito-Lay North America, Inc. Copyright 2015 Doctors Associates, Inc. Subway is a registered trademark of Doctors Associates, Inc.
Don't be sidelined due to your injury. The orthopedic team at Texarkana Surgery Center with Doctors Richard Hilborn, Trey Mitchell, Doug Thompson, and Tom Young are here to help get you back in the game. Texarkana Surgery Center, taking special care of our community for over 18 years.
For Henderson State Ready apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Ready Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game, you can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Ready Bookstore tent during the game. The Ready Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Bookstore or online at www.readybookstore.com. Ready Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Halls. This semester, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of Proctor Hall and the recently completed interior renovation of Garrison Center's Grand Ballroom. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com and on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. SCM Architects is a proud sponsor of Reddie Athletics.
Hey, this is Jacoby Lewis from Houston, Texas. Let's get back to the game.
Back here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium, 35-0. Harding leads Henderson State as it's now time for the Fat Boys Fine Foods halftime statistics. And in the first half, it's not pretty. I'll tell you that right now, folks. Harding went 33 plays for 195 yards. Henderson State ran 36 plays for 121 yards. On the ground, Harding ran it 28 times for 125 yards. Henderson 18 for 49. Penalties in the game. Harding had 5 for 54. Henderson State had 7 for 40. Time of possession, 16:39 for Harding, 13:21 for Henderson State. On third down, the Bisons, they were 4 of 8. The Reddies were 2 of 6. And in the red zone, Harding's 2 of 2, and the Reddies are 0 of 2. Now, individual stats in the game. Michael Latou, 9 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown. Park Parrish, 7 for 29 and a touchdown. And Grant Kimberlin has 3 for 25. For Henderson State, Andrew Black leads all rushers, 10 carries, 28 yards. Jeremy Wilson has 4 for 18. And Jaquan Cole has 4 carries for 3 yards so far here in the first half. Passing, Park Parrish 2 of 5, 70 yards and a touchdown. Andrew Black 9 of 18 passing, 72 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Bobby Green leads the way for the Bisons in receiving. He has 1 reception for 51 yards and a touchdown. For the Reddies, Jacoby Lewis has 2 for 24. Courtney Whitehead has 1 for 13. A.J. Smith 1 for 13. And Antovian James has 1 for 12. And your leading tacklers so far in the game, it's Shields and Zelensky for Harding. They have 4 tackles apiece, while Gary Vines and Cameron Saunier, they lead the tackles for the Reddies. Vines has 6 and Saunier has 5. We are at the half where the Reddies trail the Harding Bisons 35-0, and we'll have more of the halftime show right after this on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe and More and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16 plus ounces of premium bone-in French cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation.
Did he get you that ID fill, or do I need to do it?
Occupational and speech therapy, all working together.
It still needs to be done.
All right, we'll do it.
870-246.
Yeah, we'll be good at the bottom of the hour.
All right.
At twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe and More and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16 plus ounces of premium bone-in French cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
What's your lucky number? 7, 13.
Goodness
How about
gracious,
3, 6,
tech
and
is destroying
$5.99? The
Washington.
$5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a 21-ounce drink for just $5.99. It's the $5.99 meal deal. Only
I'll have to put Rex on suicide watch.
limited time only at participating locations. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. All chip-related trademarks are owned by Frito-Lay North America, Inc. Copyright 2015 Doctors Associates, Inc. Subway is a registered trademark of Doctors Associates, Inc.
Hey, this is Jaquan Cole. Now back to more Ready Football.
Back inside the Henderson State radio booth, about 8.5 minutes until we get started again in the second half. All Harding in this huge matchup of winner takes first place. 5-0 Bisons, 5-0 Reddies, but as the Bisons up 35-0. This is the SCM Architects halftime show. SCM Architects has served Henderson State for nearly 20 years. SCM Architects, a proud sponsor of Reddie Athletics. They provided Henderson State with a new dining hall, recreation center, and dormitories, all within the last 5 years. Well, let's get a look at the Southwest Sporting Goods scoreboard update. And boy, if you think 35-0 Harding is a surprise, well, across the street, it is right now even worse for Ouachita Baptist with about 4 minutes remaining in their game with Arkansas Tech. The Wonder Boys have rolled up a 49-10 lead over the Tigers. And certainly one that you might not have seen coming down the pike. Ouachita with a loss will drop to 3-3, while Arkansas Tech will have that identical 3-3 record. Quick look at the stats shows the Wonder Boys rolling up over 500 yards of offense, and Ouachita with 397 yards of offense. Southern Nazarene, minutes away from their first win of the season. The Crimson Storm at home against Arkansas Monticello. They lead the Boll Weevils 24-17, about 8 minutes left in that ball game. They've gone into halftime in Shawnee, Oklahoma. All Southern Arkansas, Mule Riders 28 and the Bison nothing. Meanwhile, Southeastern Oklahoma State, they've got the best record of any of the Oklahoma schools, 3-2. Savage Storm lead Northwestern Oklahoma 24-14 and 25 seconds left in the first half of that one. And kicking off shortly in Ada, Oklahoma, East Central, and Southwestern Oklahoma. ECU enters 1-4. Southwestern has the same 1-4 record. That's our out-of-town scores. They're brought to you by Southwest Sporting Goods. At Southwest Sporting Goods, they're proud to offer a wide selection of sporting goods to fit your needs. You can call them at 888-246-2311. Again, that number for Southwest Sporting Goods, 888-246-2311, or give them a visit in Arkadelphia at 115 South 6th Street. We're about 6 minutes away from the second half getting started. The Bisons 35 and the Reddies nothing. This has been the SCM Architects halftime show. Stick around. We get you ready for the second half after this break on the Henderson State Sports Network.
This locker room look-in is brought to you by Visit Hot Springs.
Well, let me tell you about our QB. He's quick as a hiccup. He's got range, skill, versatility, untapped potential. He's a tremendous young man of character and integrity. In this game of inches, he's got to hold 9 yards.
Quarterback your family's visit to Hot Springs. It's Arkansas's #1 vacation destination because there's something for everyone. Come on down, Coach. Hot Springs has all the fun. Follow Hot Springs on social media or plan your trip at visithot.springs.org.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's kind of like an elephant is on my chest. I feel like I'm choking. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Josh Davis.
The Reddies and the Bisons still in the locker room. We got a few of the Reddies that are warming up. That is the kickers, Avery Shoebridge and Houston Ray. Bisons now making their way out of the locker room. The Reddies have just begun to walk out of the locker room as well, and it is a tall task in the second half if you're the Henderson State Reddies, RJ. Well, I guess Bison scored 35 points in the first half. Reddies didn't score any. Why can't you flip that scoreboard around?
I was going to say the same exact thing. I mean, they scored 35. Why can't we? I mean,
got to say though, this just plays right into the strengths of the Bisons. I mean, this is a team that just loves to chew up ground yardage, and now this just plays right into that strength. They don't have to throw the ball again the rest of the game. And Henderson State, really, if you're going to come from back 35 points to even make it a close game, I'm even talking about a win, making it a close game, you've got to score in just about every possession now.
Yeah, no, you're right. And you look down the sideline, and who's got his helmet on? Evan Laster is down there warming up on the sideline with Andrew Black, but usually Laster does it without his helmet on. I'm not trying to look into anything. I'm just saying Laster's down there. He's warming up like he may be playing a little bit in the second half.
Well, if you were to let's put yourself in Scott Maxfield's shoes, and there's a difference between, and you hear this from coaches all the time, there's a difference between good old-fashioned physical mistakes and just something that will happen on the field of play in any sport. Mistakes will happen. You are human, and that's to be expected. And then there's the other sort of mistakes: lack of focus, lack of maybe emotion, a lack of fundamentals. And that right now is what seems to be the issue. And it isn't just for Andrew. We saw it on the defense on their last play of the half. The defense gave up a 51-yard touchdown pass on broken coverage. It's emanated not just from Andrew, but it's emanated throughout the entire team now. You had receivers fall down, muffed punts, broken coverage, broken blocking schemes, broken handoffs. I mean, you're talking about some of the simple things. The best way sometimes to stop that feeling that is, I think, emanated through is to make a dramatic change on the field, and where you do that more than anything else is at quarterback.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. And here's the thing, Phil. It's a mindset at this point. Harding's not doing anything that any other team has done to the Reddies this year. They're a better defense than any defense they've played this year. I'm not going to say that. But they're not doing something just so world-altering that it's really throwing off the axis of this offense. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's all self-inflicted wounds right now, and they're just piling and piling and piling. And so then it starts to get in your head, and you're like, well, I can't do this, or I want to try to make sure that I don't do this, so I'm going to do this. And you just got to go play football. At the end of the day, you just got to go play football.
Let's go down to Kevin. Kevin, as an athlete, when things seem to be getting out of hand, and I think you saw it at the end of the first half, negativity kind of piled up upon negativity. What can you do to try to get that negative feeling out and try? You can't start over. You know the score is not nothing, so you can't try to convince yourself that it's a tie game. But how do you start building some of this positivity slowly and turn it into momentum?
It's tough. This is one of the hardest things to do when you're down 35 points. The thing is, we were just talking about it down here on the sideline, is you can't force things. You got to take what the defense gives you and just hope that your playmakers make the plays that need to be made. And like, if I were the quarterback, if Evan or Andrew, I would dish it to my playmakers, let them make the yards. First of all, coach probably came in there and lit a fire under their butts. I mean, it's what you got to do. It's like, guys, if we don't win this game, we probably won't get a ring. And light a fire under them and get them ready to go, because we kind of come out flat. And so what I would say is just take it one play at a time, let the plays come, and it's up to your individual playmakers to kind of get the whole team going and inspire the rest of the players. So keep everybody up on the sideline into the game, and then see what happens.
Reddies are about to line up the kickoff for the second half, and Kevin has seen all the fire and brimstone. I'm sure that Scott Maxfield
he never faced anything like this.
I'm sure never anything like that. I think I say this figuratively, but there might be truth to it. I think I still see a little smoke coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit here and say, I played for Maxfield for 4 years. I played for anybody. Kevin, and correct me if I'm wrong, you never faced anything like this, right?
No, not really. 35 points. I will say this: it could be the greatest comeback in Henderson State history. What we have faced is a couple scores down, if even that, but not anything like this. No, sir.
Everything's sunshine in Kevin Rogers' eyes. I love it.
Right. Well,
I love it.
He doesn't have to worry about if they lose it. It's on him.
Yeah.
Kickoff's brought to you by Visit Hot Springs. Go to hotsprings.org. Call 800 Spa City. Kickoff return from Harding from the goal line over the 30-35. Flag thrown near the 35-yard line on the return. That's Corey Bassett They'll get credit for a 35-yard return, but some of it might be coming back.
Holding.
And it is
number 42 of the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Sam
First down.
Blankenship. He's a linebacker from Tulsa. So the drive for Harding. Let's see where they put that ball down. The flag thrown at the 32. And they're going to mark it back near the 22-yard line. First down for the Bisons. All right, let's just pull a number out of a hat, RJ. How many passes does Harding even throw here in the second half?
None.
That's right.
I mean, why would you? Why would you even remotely even think about throwing a pass when you can just run clock?
They don't have to. I mean, they scored 63 points against Southern Nazarene week number 2 without throwing a pass.
Yeah.
None. Not even an attempt. So under center, they've got Terrence Dingle at quarterback here. He's the backup. And Dingle hands off, split back, picks up a couple of yards to his right. They already have the backup quarterback in. Dingle, who's a sophomore from Newport News, Virginia. He's thrown only 2 passes this year for 20 yards. And if you're going to play quarterback for Harding, you've got to be able to run.
Is that the ultimate slap in the face to start the second half with your second teamers on the field?
Well, up 35 points. They still have the starting fullback in. That's Michael Latu. Looks like most of the starting linemen are in, but they got the second string quarterback. And Dingle is under center. Shelley's put in motion. Dingle with a quarterback keeper over the 25. And he keeps the pile moving close to the 29-yard line where the play ends. And it'll make it, all right, where Harding likes it, about 3rd down and 4. Dingle can run 33 yards on 15 carries before this game began. So Park Parrish just plays one half, 29 yards rushing, 70 yards passing. That's how, he doesn't usually pass for more than he runs. 3rd down and 3 for the Bisons. They've converted 4 times on 8 third down plays. And they'll keep Dingle under center. Split back either side of the fullback is Michael Latu. Hands off to the split back, and he is very close to the first down. Might have slipped right at the 30-yard line. The first down is the 32. That's Eric Simmons, and he is short of the first down. He's short by a couple yards. It's 4th down, and Harding will punt. Well, that's the first step to trying to build up some momentum. Force a 3 and out. You're going to need a few more of those.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need a few more. What are you talking about? You're going to need a lot more.
You're going to need pretty much an entire half's worth of 3 and outs. Lasker and Gray back to the 30. And they will attempt to return Tristan Parsley's 4th punt. He's been pretty good keeping it away from the dangerous return game. And the snap to Parsley at his 15. Gets rid of a high spiral punt. Al Lasker backs up and returns from the 26. He's trying to split past a couple of tacklers with a sideways move, but doesn't make it through. No return on the punt. And the Reddies' drive starts at the 28-yard line after a punt of 26 yards.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do right here. I mean, we saw Evan Laster warming up on the sideline, and now do they bring him in to start the second half?
You can see Lassiter right in the middle of the huddle. Andrew Black is kind of around the periphery of it. I don't see how you don't go to Evan Lassiter for the second half. Things have not gone very well at all for the Reddie offense with Black under charge, and really the first quarter he wasn't bad. He threw some pretty good-looking passes. One of the interceptions I don't think was his fault, but the second quarter there were a lot of mistakes made, and certainly the way that the last play of the half went down with Black flipping an interception for a touchdown. I don't know how you go back to him. So we'll see. The Reddies still huddling near the sideline.
I think they went to a media timeout, didn't inform anybody, but we can keep it right here. And I tell you though, it would really set a tone for this offense if you come out and get a score in within about a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like they've done so many times this year. And it is Evan Laster at the quarterback position.
So Lassiter, who was the co-offensive player of the week for the GAC, along with Park Parrish. 311 yards last week, 2 touchdowns on his first start. And the big senior from Coral Springs, Florida, standing 6'5", weighs 220. He's a left-handed thrower. Jaquan Cole is his running back in the shotgun formation. Warlick a fullback, Twins left, and the snap, and they'll go to the ground with Cole. Tried to bounce off a tackle at the line of scrimmage and only gets a yard of the 29. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Let's start a conversation and see what's, Jaquan Cole is lacking that burst. There were a couple of games where it looked like he was getting loose somewhat, but it does not look like the same running back from last year.
No, he's having a hard time finding the holes right now.
2nd and 9, Cole stays in. Lassiter fakes the handoff, rolls left, looks deep. No one's open down the middle, so he throws underneath, and the pass incomplete. Badly thrown underneath and intended for Courtney Whitehead along the 40-yard line. And Henderson looks at 3rd down and long. They're only 2 for 6 on 3rd downs today. 35-0 Harding. Played a little less than 3 minutes here in the second half. Jaquan Cole behind Lassiter in the pistol. Twin wides left. Courtney Whitehead all alone in the slot right. We thought Whitehead had come up big today, and he's only caught 1 pass. Here's the snap. Lassiter back to throw. Steps up in the pocket over the middle of the field. The pass is dropped by Ben Johnson at the Bison 45, right in his hands.
I mean, he's wide open, right? He's wide open.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 8 of the defense. Contact to the helmet. 15 yards. 1st down.
TJ Winslow with the personal foul for Harding. That's a big break. Wow.
Yeah, you take it, right? I mean, Ben Johnson, the ball is neck high. Ball's neck high, and all he's got to do is make the catch and run with it. And it just
didn't look like he did everything fundamentally correct. His hands were in the right position. It's just the ball popped out.
Yeah.
Well, the 15-yard penalty moves the Reddies to their own 44. 1st down. Cole's the running back behind Lassiter in the pistol. Warlick again the fullback. They'll go to Cole. Stutter step move in the backfield. Lunges over the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up about 5 yards here to the 49-yard line. That late little lunge with a shoulder move gave him an extra 3 yards or so. And it's 2nd down and 5 with Wilson replacing Cole at running back.
Boy, could you imagine the shock around the conference right now when they do their GAC scoreboard and realize the 35-0 score at the half?
I don't know if you saw the score from across the street, RJ, but Tech beat Ouachita 49-17.
Wow.
That's another surprise. Maybe not the Tech one, but that big of a margin. Snap on 2nd and 5. Short pass caught by Whitehead. 1st down over the 45. Races down the sideline to the 25 and pushed out of bounds short of the 20.
Well, that's a great see. That's a little bit of a spark that the Reddies need. And, you get the ball out to Courtney Whitehead, let him make a play, and you get him in open space to where he can make a play, and you get that result.
Gain of 30 yards for Whitehead. That's the same play he wrapped off for 55 yards last week at Tech. Wilson, the running back, behind Lassiter in the pistol. Twins right. Single receiver left. It's Wilson on the ground. Stutter step move with the 21. He's over the 20. They're going to mark him down to the 20-yard line. Just a yard on the play for Wilson. Jeremy's been quiet today. Well, most of the Reddie offense has been quiet. Whitehead, the leader, with 43 yards receiving, 2 catches. Black, 72 yards in the air. Lassiter, 30. And Wilson now with 18 yards on 4 carries. Wilson stays in. He's off the right side of Lassiter's shoulder. 3 receivers, 1 on the right side. That's Whitehead. Blitz from the right side for the end zone. The pass incomplete. Lassiter looking for Whitehead on a crossing pattern. Incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 9.
It's a good read that time and just threw it a little bit too quick. There was nobody in the center of the field. Courtney just didn't get off of his corner to look back and see where the football was. And Lassiter probably could have waited just a second longer before he made that throw.
One of the Bison's defenders was slow to get up. That's Christian Witt, the rover position from Nixon, Missouri. He'll be helped off the field and replaced at that position by Terrence Williams. 3rd down and 9 for Henderson. They've converted twice on 6 third down plays. They're at the Bison, 20 down 35-0, and really here is 4 down territory because of the score. You need points, and you need 7. Play call to Lassiter, and out of the shotgun, he hesitates. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, steps to his left, fires the pass. It is caught by Austin Bennett diving near the 12-yard line. That is short of the 1st down by about 3 yards. Yeah. Since he was diving back towards the football, he's down at the 14-yard line. And you need 3 yards to keep it going, and they'll keep the offense out there.
Yeah, well, it's 4-down territory anytime you look at this. So now
here comes Houston Ray.
Yeah, they're going to bring the field goal unit on just to get some points. I like the call. You just want to get something on the board just to kind of maybe get some spark of some sort.
Houston missed earlier in this game from 42 yards. This will be a 31-yard attempt from the left hash out of the snap of DJ Crook and the hold of Cody Michael. Houston on the year 7 for 10. Snap back, hold good, kick is up, and the kick is good. Rennie's on the scoreboard with 9:39 left in the third quarter. Harding leading 35-3. This is the Henderson State Sports Network.
Suits, we've all got them, but we really hate wearing them. So why would you want to bank with people that have to wear suits every day? At Southern Bancorp, we take a casual approach to banking. No suits required here. We realize not every customer is going to fit the corporate mold. That's why we can customize loans and accounts based on your wants and needs, not try to fit you into a box or into a suit. We aren't your typical stuffy bankers, just friendly, laid-back people here to help you. We cater to all kinds of suits around here, but you can leave your birthday suit at home. Southern Bancorp, building communities, changing lives. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
What's your lucky number? 7, 13. How about 3, 6, and 5.99? The 5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a 21-ounce drink for just $5.99. It's the 5.99 meal deal, only at Subway. And it's your lucky day. Limited time only at participating locations. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. All chip-related trademarks are owned by Frito-Lay North America, Inc. Copyright 2015 Doctors Associates, Inc. Subway is a registered trademark of Doctors Associates, Inc.
This is Scott Maxfield. Welcome back to Reddie Football on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Well, a baby step forward for the Reddies, trailing 35-0, able to connect on a field goal from Houston Ray to complete a 58-yard, 8-play drive. Score and drive brought to you by Smart Ford in Malvern. The next time you need to purchase a vehicle, make the smart drive to Smart Ford in Malvern. Call 501-332-5414. Well, and good things. Reddy's kept the football, get a couple of points on the board, 3 of them to be exact. Now they got to stop Harding again. Houston Ray with a kickoff from the 35 going left to right. A big boomer. And that's going to push the return man all the way back to the Reddy's S in the end zone. He'll bring it out. Zach Shelley over the 10 and shoved out of bounds by a couple of tacklers near the 13. You wonder what was Shelley doing and bringing it out from about 7 yards back.
Well, maybe the mental mistakes are going to flip over to Harding's side this half, and it'll affect them. And
you know, RJ, you make a good point, though. If you're going to come from 35 points back, and it's a big if, there's a lot of things you have to do, but really you do have to start hoping that your opponent begins making mistakes, and Harding hasn't made many.
Hey, only 32 more points to go.
But who's counting?
Right, who's counting?
First down, Harding, and Terrence Dingle, the second stringer, still out there. Dingle's under center, split back in motion right, and he'll hand it off to the fullback. And over the 15 to the 16-yard line, a gain of 3 yards.
And really, the entire team all the starters are still in the game except for the quarterback. Makes me wonder if Park Parrish may have gotten dinged up just a little bit there in the first half. You know, we saw him limping off the field after he dove for the pylon, and I don't see Park sitting over anywhere on the sideline right now.
That was Dwayne Carter on a 3-yard rush for the Bisons. Carter still at fullback, split back either side. One receiver in the formation of the right, pitch left. Run with the football is Eric Simmons, and Simmons over the 15 towards the 19 is where he is dragged down. A couple of yards on the play, and it's 3rd and 5 again, right where they like it.
Yeah.
On 3rd down, Harding is 4 for 9.
Well, so you got to get a stop. I mean, we've said that. How many times today we've said that? I can tell you exactly how many times we've said that today. We've said that 9 times.
This
today.
is the 10th.
Yeah.
Cameron Saunier on the last tackle for the Reddies. Dingle lines him up. Carter's his fullback. Puts Shelley in motion to the right. Pitch to Shelley, right side. A hole's open. It closes quickly and tackled near the first down marker by... That is Jonathan Edward on the tackle. Edward signals he is not going to get the first down, and he does appear to be short.
Looks like he's going to be about 2 yards short, 1.5 yards short of the first down. And now does Harding keep the offense on the field? Now looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit now. They stood out there for a minute thinking they were going to stay on the field. Now the punting unit's going to come on, and just like that, the Reddies get another defensive stop on third down.
Or if the score was different, or if Harding was coming from behind, I think they go for it on fourth down and 1. Lasker and Gray back to the 40 to receive the punt from Parsley. And a high spiral hangs in the air a long time. Gray says fair catch, and he retrieves it at the 31-yard line. Boy, Parsley really boomed that one.
Yeah.
53 yards and no return.
That totally flipped the field on for Henderson State because, they punted from back at around the 12-yard line, and now Henderson State's got the football at the 32-yard line.
Right, a pretty good drive last time out. You can't settle for field goals too much more. 7 minutes, 26 seconds remaining, trailing 35-3. Evan Lassiter's out there again. Wilson's the running back. Warlick in to block as a fullback. One receiver left, Twins right. The snap to Lassiter gives to Wilson. Hold open right side. Hit. Bounced off a tackle. And he'll only pick up another yard or so. Picks up 2. He was hit at the 34 and hit hard. Stayed on his feet, though, but that little moment that he moved backwards allowed the rest of the Harding defense to react.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he took the brunt of that hit or if the guy that hit him took the brunt of the hit because he laid on the ground. That, I guess, leading the way that time for Harding to deliver the hit was Dre Smith.
Now Lassiter back to throw in 2nd and 8. He'll throw it into the flats. It's caught by Wilson over the 40-yard line, trying to stop and change direction. Keeps moving forward now, out of bounds near the stick. He does have the first down by a yard. And Henderson will have a first down to their 43. A nice little move there by Wilson, though. He had a head of steam and stopped, trying to change direction. Lassiter in the shotgun, drops back to throw. Looks to his right, throws it again to Wilson, 45 to midfield, out of bounds. They'll mark him out of bounds to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 8 yards to Wilson.
Kind of like working the sidelines because you keep getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, and that clock just doesn't continue to run.
Wilson's a pretty good receiver out of the backfield. It's 2 catches for 13 yards today. He'll line up in the pistol. That's Jaquan Cole. Cole with the carry, left side, lowers his head. He's over the 45, down to the 44. And a ready first down. For Jaquan now, that's just 13 yards today on 7 carries. Cole stays in. Johnson slot right next to Whitehead wide right. They're in the shotgun. Warlick's the fullback. And Lassiter with a quick out left side, caught by Bennett to the 40-yard line, runs upfield up the sideline, close to the first down. Out of bounds near the stick. That looks like an 11-yard gain and a first down for the Reddies.
Well, Lassiter's really sharp with his throws. He's really left, building off what he left off last week.
Again, the pistol with Cole right behind Lassiter. The snap, the give to Cole, running right. Got a blocker in front of him. He's near the 31 and right down to the 31-yard line. Pickup of 2 yards for Cole. Jaquan will exit with Wilson replacing him. Bennett replaced by Al Lasker wide left as a receiver. 35-3 Harding leads. 5:33 to play as the clock rolls through the third quarter. 2nd down and 8 for the Reddies. Lassiter back to throw and rush by 8. He's pressured. Runs to his left. He flips it for Wilson. Caught at the 30. Wilson to his left down to the 25.
That's a nifty little play by Lassiter. You thought he was going to throw it away, and he just flipped it over the linebacker's head and got it to Wilson for a nice gain.
6-yard gain to Wilson sets the Reddies up for a 3rd down and 2. Need the 29 for a first down. 3rd down today, Henderson is 2 for 7. 5 minutes exactly to play in the 3rd. Wilson in the pistol behind Lassiter. Twins right. Warlick's on the right side to block as well. Here's the blitz by Harding. Give to Wilson. Lowers his head short of the first down. He's short by 2.5 yards.
Yeah, he lost a yard on the play. Now you've got 4th. You got to go for it here. I mean, can't keep kicking field goals.
We're going to send Lewis and A.J. Smith as the slot receivers and keep Wilson in as a running back. Checking in to play at the tackle position is a new Reddie. That is Tucker Cross lining up at left guard. Wilson now breaks out of the shotgun and sets up to Lassiter's right. Snap to Lassiter. Over the middle. Pass is dropped by Jacoby Lewis. He had it for a moment. It looked like it was in his breadbasket, and he just didn't quite get a grip on the ball. Would have been a first down.
Well, he threw it behind him. I mean, he had to go back and get that, and he had it, and then when he came around to tuck it, he dropped it.
So the fourth down attempt fails. Putting the Reddies 0 for 2 on fourth down today. You can't afford any broken fourth down plays. Down 35-3, and now Harding takes over. Harding hasn't really done much offensively in this quarter, but they don't need to. They scored 35 first half points. 14 of those points scored by the defense. Terrence Dingle, the second string quarterback, stays in. He's under center. He hands off right side, short yardage on the play, just a couple of yards for the Harding fullback. That was Michael Latou picking up a couple of yards. Latou is a big guy, and you look at Harding's running backs, and usually they have a lot of small running backs that they can hide behind their bigger offensive line. And then there's Latou, who, I mean, height-wise, he's 5'10", but he's 235 pounds in that 5'10" frame. So while he's got the same height as a lot of his running back mates, he certainly is a lot bigger than most of them. And again, Latou, it's a fake handoff. Dingle kept it, and he's just going to nudge himself over the 30-yard line. Pick up a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Bisons. Back at their own 31, but Harding leads 35-3, and we already are down to the 3:15 mark here in the third quarter. It's been a very quick-moving third quarter. It's exactly the way Harding wants it to be. You can see Harding very content to use up as much clock time as they can. Take time to get the play from the sideline. Coach Ronnie Huckabee will be retiring after this season. Sends it out. And Dingle under center, 3rd and 5. Quarterback keeper. Dingle does not come close to the sticks. His first step was to his right, faked the pitch, ran up the hash mark, and he is dropped after picking up maybe a yard. It is 4th down and 3, and Harding will again punt. We owe you a 10-second pause so our stations can identify themselves. This is the Henderson State Sports Network. Tristan Parsley has had a busy day, even with his Bisons up 35-3. This will be Parsley's 7th punt of the ball game, and another high spiral. But returnable, Al Lasker from the 16 runs himself into a couple of tacklers and now is pushed backwards. And there's going to be no return on another fabulous punt by Tristan Parsley. This one goes 57 yards.
Everything, everything's working right for Harding right now. Punting game, running game, defense.
All right, here comes the Reddies once again. Got to score on this drive in order to have any shot. Even if you score on this drive, you're going to go into the fourth quarter down at the very best by 25 points. And Evan Lassiter takes the snap. Fakes the give to Cole. Throws incomplete. Looking to his right, that was A.J. Smith near the 20. But incomplete. Reddie quarterbacks today. Has not been their best day. Combine Lassiter and Black together, 15 completions on 27 attempts for 142 yards and 3 interceptions. Lassiter to throw into the flats for Cole at the 12. Jukes his way up the right sideline and is out of bounds at the 22. 6-yard gain sets up a 3rd down and 4.
Courtney Whitehead sitting on the sidelines right now. You don't have him in the game. You don't have Lassiter in the game. And you got a bunch of guys that you don't consider your big play threats. And they can make plays, but I wonder what's wrong with Courtney.
Lassiter back to throw, 3rd and 4 again to Cole up that right sideline, close to the 1st down, and he's out of bounds. 1st down, got a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down and 4. Clock shows 1:29. 3rd quarter, 35-3 Harding. Reddie's got to hurry up the rest of the way. Lassiter takes the snap, gives to Wilson, lowers his end of the 30 and is marked down to the 32. 3-yard pickup to Wilson, and it is 2nd down and 7.
Lassiter so far in this game, 8 of 12 passing for 83 yards. He's already passed for more than what Andrew Blank passed for in the entire first half.
Wilson still in, 4 wides, tight to the formation, high snap. Lassiter handles it, throws to Smith, got a blocker in front. A.J. Smith to his right, out of bounds, first down to the 40. A.J. Smith continues to be an interesting looking receiver. I do think that's a player that you'd like to see involved in the offense a little more. Big body, lines up in the slot. And they're going to send Wilson in the slot right, Lewis slot left. 41 seconds left in the third. Another 4 receiver formation. Wilson will line up in the backfield to Lassiter's right. And he'll put Lewis in motion. Pitch the ball to Lewis, running right. Lewis to the edge of the 40, and he ran out of bounds before he could cut upfield. Out of the 43-yard line. That's just 4 yards on the gain. And it is second down and 6 for Henderson State. Maybe one more play remaining here in the third quarter. 20 seconds left until the fourth. 4 wides for Lassiter. Wilson again to run. And the fake handoff. Quick throw to Smith. Caught at the 49. Turns upfield and over the 50. Has the first down. At the Harding 49-yard line. First down Henderson State. That's 7 plays. And finally make it into Harding's side of the 50. 4 seconds left. They're going to try to get one more play. The snap to Lassiter with 1 second remaining. Lassiter looks over the middle, throws a jump ball, and the pass is incomplete. A flag is thrown.
That's pass interference all day long. I mean, Isaiah Jefferson's who it's going to be called on. He pushed Courtney Whitehead in the back, and then as he went up to jump, he pulled on his shoulder. I mean, that's pass interference twice.
Referee's figuring it out right now.
Pass interference. Number 24 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. We're going to run 1 untimed down.
Jefferson, the cornerback, on the penalty for Harding. So an untimed down, it certainly helps the Reddies out a little bit.
Boy, it would be nice if you could score on that one time untimed down, right?
Penalty moves them to the 34. Cole will be the running back. 4 wides in the formation. Ball's on the right hash mark. First down, the snap. Lassiter pump fakes. Throws near side. Caught by Whitehead. Upfield he goes. First down over the 25 and close to the 20 when he is tackled from behind. 14-yard gain to Whitehead on that pass receiver screen. And we'll go to the fourth quarter. With the Harding Bisons leading Henderson State 35-3.
For nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Halls. This semester, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of Proctor Hall and the recently completed interior renovation of Garrison Center's Grand Ballroom. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com and on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. SCM Architects is a proud sponsor of Reddie Athletics.
I'm Little Teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
Now act like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is Andrew Black from Tyler, Texas. Let's get back to the game.
It is Harding's ball, and it is Henderson's ball, and the Reddies with the ball at the 21-yard line, moving right to left, looking to make up some ground with only 15 minutes remaining. They made up 3 points of a 35-point deficit that they went into halftime facing. 35-3, Harding leads. This will be the 9th play of a drive. It's taken the Reddies 63 yards. Lassiter throws right side. Whitehead not able to turn up. Lost the football. Scrum for the football near the 20-yard line. Harding is going to come away with another turnover.
Well, are they saying he's down?
No,
no.
Harding ball. Yeah. Whitehead on the same receiver screen that he had gained 11 yards on the last play of the third quarter. Had the ball knocked out of his hands right in front of the Harding bench, and that turns into the 5th turnover for the Reddies today. Unbelievable for a team that had been +6 in the turnover battle this year. And I forget what the turnover margin was last year, but it was incredible in Henderson's favor. -5 today without any turnovers forced by the defense. Officially, the fumble forced by Trevon Bigelow, the star defensive end for Harding. Dalen Markham recovered it, and Harding, no surprise, goes to the ground here on first down. A couple yards on the play, brings up 2nd down and 8. 14 minutes, 36 seconds remaining. RJ, the Reddies have committed, I know there's been 5 turnovers today. 3 of them at the very least have occurred in Harding territory. 2 of them, one of them right at the goal line, and this one right here near the 20. Really amazing to see. That's why the time of possession matters not in a game with a difference of 5 turnovers. Dingle under center on 2nd down and 7. Option right, and he ran over one of his own players, tripped up on his own player's shoes, and only gets a couple of yards on a play that Bison's had set up for big yardage.
You know, I'm sitting here, I followed Reddie tweets and stuff throughout the game and what people are talking about. And it's funny, I see a guy that covers for D2 Sports that says the Reddies are being taken to the woodshed today. And that's really not the case. The Reddies have kind of done it all themselves. Usually when you get taken to the woodshed, that means the other team has really beaten you really bad. But for the most part, the Reddies have killed themselves in this game. And if you look at total yards in this game, the Reddies lead with 256 yards of total offense.
There's the snap, fake handoff, option right, pitch to Shelley. Shelley's over the 30-yard line, and a couple of Reddie tacklers take him down after the first down. Josh Davis and Jonathan Edward on the tackle, but a gain of 9 yards for Zach Shelley.
And look, hats off to Harding. I mean, they came in with a good game plan, but Phil, you look at everything. This game, Harding scored 7 points in the first half. The 28 points that Harding scored in the second quarter were all given to him off of Reddie just dumb plays. I mean, you've got a handoff to a defensive end, essentially, that just kind of started the downhill spiral.
First down from the Bison's 33. Dingle puts his right split back in motion, hands off to the fullback, and Latu is pushed backwards after making it to the line of scrimmage. Romar Reed's, on the carry. No gain, 2nd and 10. I think there's no doubt that the Reddies have beaten themselves in many cases. But, I mean, if you're going to look at the idea of mistakes being a big issue for the Reddies, Harding hasn't made any mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, they have played. There have been a couple of penalties here and there, but they have played, I think, the sort of game that they could hope to play, mistake-free and taking advantage of every single mistake made by Henderson.
I agree with that 100%. But just to be saying, they're taking somebody to the woodshed, that's not exactly true.
And there's a pass thrown, and it's caught at the 40-yard line, and bringing it over for the first down is Zach Shelley. Terrence Dingle with his first attempted pass today.
Well, we both lost our Vegas bets.
Right.
We both lost our Vegas bets. Harding threw a pass in the second half.
And, I mean, just the fact that they have thrown 6 passes for the game is a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if Harding would like to, if they could actually make it through a game without throwing a pass, they would rather do that. Right split back in motion, that's Simmons. And he will stop, and they'll reset the play. Play clock dwindling down under 8 seconds, and you can see that Harding started the motion earlier than they wanted to. They're more interested in the clock. And it's an option right. Pitch to Zach Shelley over the 45 over midfield, and a gain of about 7 yards for Shelley. Tackled by Cameron Saunier in Henderson territory. And this is Ronnie Huckabee's last year as the Harding head coach after 10 years. And he's close to his 62nd victory at Harding. He's been there for 23 years. He was the defensive coordinator for his first 13. But if you think that the philosophy and how Harding plays football is going to change at all, it's not. It probably won't at all. Paul Simmons, the defensive coordinator, is taking over next year as the head coach. And why change what works?
Yeah.
This Harding program has won no fewer than 7 games in the last 4 years, and this one will be their 6th this year. A snap and a whistle before the snap. And it's a timeout by Harding.
Timeout.
We'll step aside for a break.
Harding.
10:50 left in the fourth quarter. Harding leads 35-3 on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Coach Johnny Ray Grummett was released from his contract today. Let's listen in on his press conference.
I'm not a genius. A genius is a guy like Norman Einstein. I'm obviously disappointed it didn't work out, but it will allow me to spend more time with my family. Coach, the AD's whole business on the line. Oh, excuse me, I got to take this. Mama's calling.
Why don't you plan on spending that family time in Hot Springs, Coach? Hot Springs has all the fun. Follow Hot Springs on social media or plan your trip at visithotSprings.org.
It's been a great ride.
Wednesday, 6:24 p.m. You grill the perfect hot dog. This moment brought to you by your hometown. Whether it's managing storm water runoff or building the park for your impromptu after-work picnic, a better life starts in the city limits. From small towns to big cities, Arkansas's municipal communities improve our quality of life every day. Great cities make a great state. Learn more at greatcitiesgreatstate.com.
Hey, this is Cameron Sonia from Henderson State. Let's get back to the game.
Harding just used their first time out here in the second half. Bison's drive continues. They're at the Reddie 48-yard line, leading Henderson 35-3. It is 2nd down and 2 for Harding quarterback Terrence Dingle, who's under center, gives to Michael Latu, and he runs into a tackler at the 45-yard line. Stop there. So that is a 3-yard gain on 2nd down and 2, and Harding will move the chains once again. Harding led 35-0 at the end of the second half. It was 7-0 after the first quarter, but Harding reeled off 28 points in the second. 14 of those points were defensive points. And really, you can look at the 2 defensive touchdowns scored. Both of them were on plays that were almost inexplicable.
Yeah.
A handoff to the defensive lineman and an interception thrown with 2 seconds left in the half. Right split back in motion. They go on the ground, and that's Simmons pushed backwards. Handed back to the line of scrimmage. I'm going to give him a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. And remember, the offensive score, one of the offensive scores in the second quarter was on a 51-yard pass play where the Reddies gave up, and just defensive breakdown led to the easiest score for Harding. Those are 3 touchdowns that probably shouldn't have been scored.
Yeah, those last 3 scores of the second quarter were there's no way that should happen in any normal game.
They were head scratchers.
Yeah.
Head scratchers. If even one of those things would happen in a game, you would wonder what just went on. How did that occur? You're talking 3 separate instances of how did that occur. Dingle gives to Latu. No, he kept the ball, and Dingle with a good burst of steam to break over the 40-yard line and picks up about 7 yards. This Terrence Dingle looks like an interesting player. Parrish graduates, so it looks like Terrence Dingle is the guy moving forward for Harding. He's not the biggest kid in the world. In fact, he's quite small at 5'9", 175 pounds, but he's got a little quickness to him. But he fits right into the, what they like out of their quarterbacks. They like guys who are smaller, who are quick, fast. And, you look back the last few years of these Harding quarterbacks, you just don't remember anything about their arms, ever. 3rd down and 3, and Dingle's under center. Pitch left, and that's Simmons with a first down. Got to the edge over the 30-yard line, 25, and down to the 24. A little moment there, it looked like Simmons might break it. 15-yard play. First down Bisons. Clock shows 8:44 left in the fourth. 35-3 Harding. Tough day for the home teams here in Arkadelphia, huh?
Yeah, OBU's had a rough one with Arkansas Tech. And Henderson today has just been a little bit brutal.
Well, the Reddies get Arkansas Monticello next week. UAM lost to Southern Nazarene today.
Yeah, congratulations to those guys.
First win for Southern Naz this year, only their second win since they joined the conference. Latu tackled, running to his left. That's about 2, maybe 2.5 yards. He's 2nd down and a long 7 for Harding. So Harding is going to have first place in the league, and essentially they'll have first place by 2 games because the teams that will be in second place, Henderson and Southern Arkansas, both of them lost to these Bisons. So Harding, this is going to be a team that is sitting pretty. Harding defeated SAU 35-14, week number 3. So Harding will have a win over both the second-place teams. Option right, Dingle slips past the tackle, and he's down at the 22-yard line, short of the first down by a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Left on the schedule for Harding next week, they host Southeastern. Go to Ada, Oklahoma for week number 8 at ECU. They have the double-directional Oklahoma schools, essentially, for the next 4 weeks. Southeastern next week, then ECU, then SWASU, then Northwestern, and they finish the year with Arkansas Tech. And that Tech game may end up turning to be a big one. Tech blew out Ouachita earlier today, and now the Wonder Boys are 3-3, same as Ouachita's record. Flag thrown before the snap. Looks like Harding was a little quick.
False start. Number 56, Harding. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
You know, and RJ, we talked about it last week that the Reddies were getting into the difficult portion of the schedule. No more double-directional Oklahoma schools that you've dominated ever since you joined the league. Harding is going to be a loss, 35-3, 7 minutes left. UAM next week is really one of the only weeks that you could say would be an easier week for the Reddies coming up over the next few, because you get UAM next week, then SAU and El Dorado, and SAU's pretty good this year. 45-0 leading at Oklahoma Baptist right now. Oklahoma Baptist, Southern Nazarene, you finish with Ouachita. Really, 3 of your last 6 games are really tough. Simmons carries with the ball to his left, first down, inside the 15, out of bounds at the 10. 12-yard gain for Simmons.
Think about this, though. Harding, looking at their schedule, they've already completed the toughest part of their schedule with Ouachita and Henderson. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And SAU.
And SAU. The hardest part of their schedule is over with now. And you got to just hope they slip up somewhere along the way. And
really, the way to put it is that, all right, who does Harding have left? The teams that the Reddies were 5-0 against.
Yeah, exactly.
Dingle under center. And he'll keep it himself, and he'll get nothing. Well, maybe a yard or so. Down to the 9, 1-yard gain, 6 minutes left, 35-3 Harding. There was an energy at Carpenter Haygood Stadium before kickoff today, but that energy it is long gone. And it'll be very interesting to see the developments for this Henderson team over the next week. Specifically, who is your quarterback moving forward? That's usually not a question that you have at this point of a season for a team that's ranked 5th in the country. But that'll be the question, I think, moving forward. Who is your quarterback? Under center is Dingle again. The 2s is fullback, split back either side. Pitch left, that's Simmons. Simmons at the 10, Simmons hit at the 6, and that's where his run stops. 3-yard gain, it is 4th down, and let's see if they go for it.
You know, Phil, it's almost, this is the, second time in 3 years that Harding's beaten Henderson, and 2 of those times have been at Carpenter Haygood Stadium.
Yeah, this will be the 6th consecutive year that the visiting team wins in this series.
And you realize that 2 years ago, Henderson was ranked 4th in the country. Harding was ranked 23rd in the country.
You know, in that season, last season is the one that didn't finish very well for Harding. They dropped their last game, finished 7-4. 2 years ago, they finished 9-2 and went to the playoffs. Henderson missed the playoffs that year. Dingle is sacked on 4th down, pardon me. That's going to be the end of the drive.
It's a great job that time by Derek Muldrow to get the sack. And, he's still fighting hard out there.
I have to forgive me there. There was confusion on the scoreboard. They said they'd had 4th down on the scoreboard, but that was incorrect. That was 3rd down. Now on 4th down, Ronnie Huckabee sends Tristan Parsley out to punt. To kick a field goal. Parsley does the punting as well. He has punted a little bit more than he's kicked today. This will be a 26-yarder. The snap back, hold down, kick up, and kick is no good. Wide left. 3:56 remaining. 35-3, Harding leads Henderson. Let's go down to Kevin Rogers on the sideline. Kevin, what's the energy like on the sideline right now?
It's pretty down right now. It's kind of flat. Nobody's really excited. Somebody's got to play and get excited. I mean, Coach Max is doing everything he can, trying to put his players in the best position, and it's just, at this point in the game, it's hard to get excited. You almost want to think to next week and just keep the players safe, but you got to take it one play at a time, forget everything else, and play your hardest. That's what you got to do.
That is Kevin Rogers with our Southern Bancorp sideline report. Well, the Reddies have Lassiter out there, trying to get this final score looking a little more respectable, though even saying that, you chuckle a little bit. Throw to Jaquan Cole, caught to the 20-yard line, makes his way past tacklers, and has a first down near the 30. He's out of bounds of the 30 in a gain of 10 yards. I do remember, though, there was a quarterback change, 2011, about halfway through the season.
Guy by the name
Kevin
of
Rogers took over, and that kind of, that really started to elevate the rest of the season. Snap to Lassiter, tiptoeing around in the backfield, and he throws to the Harding sideline, incomplete. Nobody was open. It's a much different feel, though, 2011 to 2016. That 2011 team was not 5-0 when the quarterback change was made. Second down and 10, the ball placed on the left hash mark. Adler Good is checked in at wide receiver for the Reddies. And a fake handoff by Lassiter. He runs with the football to his left and is out of bounds at the 32. Appeared Lassiter was expecting a block from one of the wide receivers, and they ran routes instead. 35-3. This is usually a score that's the other way around.
How about
Reddies
defense?
defeating their opponent like that.
Defense has held them scoreless in the second half.
And still, I think defensively they've not played a poor game, except for maybe the busted coverage that led to the 51-yarder. Pass caught by Smith on the right hash mark, and Smith is tackled at midfield. First down for Henderson State. A.J. Smith makes his fourth catch. Lassiter's thrown well, 15 completions on 20 attempts for 144 yards. Quickly sets him up again with 3 minutes remaining. Snap, Lassiter throws over the middle, and it is caught by Jacoby Lewis for a gain of 7 yards.
Pass complete number 12, Jacoby Lewis. Gain of 7 on the play, brings up second down at 3.
Lewis on the game, 4 catches, 34 yards. Reddy's led by Courtney Whitehead, 54 yards. Blitz on Lassiter, throws the ball away. Smart job by Evan Lassiter. He didn't have anybody blocking for him at that point, and 4 men in his face.
Lassiter's pass 12 incomplete, brings up third down at 3.
Well, the thing about a loss in this game here, it's much different from your loss last year against East Central, because that happened week number 2 in the season. And East Central, at that point, you thought, well, maybe they have control of the conference, but there's so much time left. And it ended up with Henderson getting a conference championship anyway. The way this is set up now, with Harding's schedule ahead, they have a lot of the softer teams. And the fact that they have now a 2-game lead over Harding, over Henderson and Southern Arkansas, boy, it's a much different feel.
Well, it's just like Division I college football. I mean, you always want to, if you're going to lose early in the season.
You're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Handoff, Jeremy Wilson keeping the legs going, and Wilson has just enough for the first down.
You want to lose early in the season to, they forget about what you did early and remember what you did late. And, because we're not just talking about a conference championship at this point anymore. Now what you talk about is a playoff spot.
Super region standings once you get to the super region rankings.
Yeah, I mean, who cares about a conference championship?
Lassiter looking over the middle, and a flag thrown on an incomplete pass, looking for Antavion James, but he was held on the play.
And so that playoff spot goes to a committee for the regional rankings, and
that's why the final score of this game, not the outcome of it, but the final score will look so bad that has to
Pass
affect.
interference. Number 6 of the defense. That's a spot foul. Automatic first down.
It doesn't matter that Harding is a fantastic team. The final score just looks terrible for a team to be in those top 6 spots in the super regional rankings. So Reddies are in Super Region 3. Got to be in the top 6 spots of the regional rankings to make it to the NCAA national playoffs. And the rankings, the Super Region rankings, don't usually come out to the end of October, so we don't even know how this loss will affect those rankings for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Luckily for the Reddies, they still have Washita, who's the top team in the conference.
Snap, throw over the middle, caught by Bennett at the 15 and tripped up from behind. Minute 37 remaining. Reddy still trying to get that first touchdown.
You get a Southern Arkansas and a Washita, left in the season, so A lot of football still left to be played.
And the GAC has sent 2 teams to the national playoffs a couple of times. Usually it's been Henderson and Harding. Lassiter throws over the middle, and the pass is batted down. Incomplete. Terrence Williams got his right hand on it over the middle, and again, Lassiter looking for Antavion James. Minute 17, 35-3 Harding. Empty set. Lassiter gets a new play call from the sideline. You can see Andrew Black right behind offensive coordinator Jeremiah Fiskus. Here's the snap. Lassiter throws over the middle short. It is dropped. Perfectly thrown pass right into the hands of Jacoby Lewis.
That's his second easy catch ball that he's dropped today.
Lassiter sets him up again, an empty set. 3rd down and 10 from the 15. And here's the snap to Lassiter. He'll spin away from pressure. Spins to his right. Throws it for the end zone, and the pass is tipped in the air and falls incomplete out of bounds. And he'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's a great job by Evan. He, on his blind side, saw a guy coming. He spun out of that and went out and just overthrew his man. But you got to like the awareness that he's got at the quarterback spot.
Ready broadcast brought to you by local State Farm agent David Boss. Call 870-246-5111 for David Boss, State Farm Insurance. From the Bison's 15, 4th down, and Lassiter lobs it for the end zone, and it is caught out of bounds by Adler Good. Incomplete. And the ball turned over on downs for the 2nd time. Harding takes over at their 15. They can just sit on the football.
Take a couple knees, and this one will be over with.
I mean, you get attached to the Reddie football program as long as we have now. You just get surprised when they lose, which just hasn't happened very much. This will be the 5th conference loss for the Reddies in the last 6 seasons. But the way that it went down is more surprising.
And I wouldn't even say surprising, just disappointing.
I think the 2 of those go together in this case. Henderson usually does field every week a focused, hard-nosed team that if they make mistakes usually rise above them but don't make too many mistakes to hurt themselves. The mistakes were too many to count today.
Once again, though, I'm not putting this on the coaches. I am not going to put one lick of this. And, coaches are always going to say we didn't come out and prepare our guys and words. But I'm not putting this on any one of the coaches because this is up to every single man on this football team that straps it on every Saturday to prepare himself to come out and play a football game. And there was no focus on this team. This team they felt like they deserved this win, and they came out with an arrogant side that we hadn't seen in a while. And maybe they needed this. Maybe they need to get knocked down a notch to say, you're not as good as you think you are. And they proved it today.
000s on the scoreboard, and that is it. Harding walks out of Carpenter Haygood Stadium with a 35-3 win over the Henderson State Rennies. Now the Harding Bisons will certainly look ahead for the next few weeks of what they hope to be a conference championship, and the Reddies are left to pick up the pieces after suffering their first regular season loss in 16 weeks. Kevin Rogers is trying to hunt down Scott Maxfield, and he has found Coach Max. Let's go down to Kevin right now.
Coach, it's a tough game. Just want to hear your thoughts about it, and what do you think about going forward?
Well, I'm just proud that we did come out in the second half and played a little bit better. We moved the ball well up inside. We got down in the red zone, I guess 7 or 8 times and didn't get but 3 points. But proud of the way the kids did come back out in the second half and fight. Didn't give up any more points. We scored 3. So if you want to look at the positive, we won the second half. But they got a good football team. Anytime you turn it over 7 times, you're not going to win.
All right, Coach. Well, we're behind you. Good luck the rest of the season, and go get them.
All right, thank you.
Well, we appreciate Coach Maxfield speaking with Kevin Rogers, and he took a little bit of a positive outlook to it for a stronger second half after what was a really miserable first half of football. 35-3 was the final score. It's the Harding Bisons improving to 6-0 and knocking the Reddies into a tie for second place with Southern Arkansas with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Our Benvenutis postgame show comes next. Stick around on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Suits, we've all got them, but we really hate wearing them. So why would you want to bank with people that have to wear suits every day? At Southern Bancorp, we take a casual approach to banking. No suits required here. We realize not every customer is going to fit the corporate mold. That's why we can customize loans and accounts based on your wants and needs, not try to fit you into a box or into a suit. We aren't your typical stuffy bankers, just friendly, laid-back people here to help you. We cater to all kinds of suits around here, but you can leave your birthday suit at home. Southern Bancorp, building communities, changing lives. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Don't be sidelined due to your injury. The orthopedic team at Texarkana Surgery Center with Doctors Richard Hilborn, Trey Mitchell, Doug Thompson, and Tom Young are here to help get you back in the game. Texarkana Surgery Center, taking special care of our community for over 18 years.
For Henderson State Reddie apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Reddie Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game, you can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Reddie Bookstore tent during the game. The Reddie Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Reddie Bookstore or online at www.readybookstore.com. Reddie Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Let's listen in the locker room to see what Coach thought about the controversial call at the end of the game.
I'm not allowed to comment on lousy officiating, but the trouble with the referees is they just don't care who wins. They're the only guys I know can rob you and get a police escort out of town. And remember, the result of the game, not final till the other team's check clears the ref's bank.
Come on down to Hot Springs, Coach. You'll get a fair shake on comfortable rooms, great meals, and fun activities for the whole family. Hot Springs has all the fun. Follow Hot Springs on social media or plan your trip at visithot.springs.org.
Arkadelphia Super Smiles offers general dentistry for kids and young adults. Dr. Trevor Coffey and his staff look forward in treating your child and making sure they always have a super smile. Arkadelphia Super Smiles is located at 280 Professional Park Drive, Suite B in Arkadelphia. For an appointment, call 870-246-2828. And like always, our kids is accepted at Arkadelphia Super Smiles.
The state's leader in care is right here in the comfort of your own community. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia is a full-service hospital. Here, state-of-the-art technology is united with highly qualified physicians and the most quality nursing staff in the region. From major surgery to minor injuries, we care for you because we're your neighbor. And we're backed by Baptist Health, Arkansas's most comprehensive and respected care network. Baptist Health Medical Center Arkadelphia, your community hospital.
Hi, this is Darius Thomas. Now back to more Reddie football.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium as the Harding Bisons knock off the 5th-ranked team in the country 35-3, as it's now time for your Fat Boys 5 Food statistics of the ball game. And in the game, Harding ran 60 plays for 295 yards. Henderson State ran 74 plays for 308 yards. On the ground, Harding ran it 54 times for 214 yards. Henderson State ran it 29 times for 73 yards in the game. Not a very good average right there for Henderson State. Time of possession, Harding right at their season average, a little bit past it on time of possession. 35 minutes, 19 seconds with the ball. Henderson had it for 24 minutes and 41 seconds. On third down, Harding was 7 of 15. The Reddies were 4 of 12. On fourth down, the Reddies were 1 of 4. And in the red zone, Harding was 2 of 3, while Henderson State was 1 of 4. Individual stats in the game, Michael Latou carried the ball 14 times for 63 yards and a touchdown. Eric Simmons 5 for 37, and Park Parrish 7 of 29 and a touchdown. For Henderson State, Andrew Black carried the ball 10 times for 28 yards. Jeremy Wilson 10 for 27, and Jaquan 8 for 16. Passing, Park Parrish 2 of 5, 70 yards and a touchdown. And Terrence Dingler went 1 of 1 for 11 yards. Evan Laster finished the ball game 17 of 27 for 163 yards, while Andrew Black went 9 of 18 for 72 yards and 3 interceptions. Receiving, Bobby Green for Harding. He had 1 reception, 51 yards and a touchdown. Grant Kimblin, he went 1 for 19, and Zach Shelley went 1 for 11. For Henderson State, Courtney Whitehead had 4 for 58, A.J. Smith 4 for 46, Jacoby Lewis 4 for 34, and Austin Bennett went 4 for 31. And your leading tacklers in the game, it was Sam Blankenship with 8 total tackles, as well as Shields for Harding, They both had 8 tackles. Cameron Saunier led the way for the Reddies with 13 tackles. Josh Davis had 10, and Gary Vines had 8. Your final score in this one, it was Harding 35, Henderson State 3. We will come back and go around the Great American Conference and wrap this thing up right after this on the Henderson State Radio Network.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Halls. This semester, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration